We have a jam-packed episode today.
Sorry, that's the worst thing you've ever said.
Well, this is breaking news to me. I haven't heard anything about this.
Quick story time.
I had that freaking near fatal collapse. You didn't.
Welcome to Zeducation University, the world's first tuition-free Ivy League level education program in podcast form. Name a degree program, and we have it here at ZU. With degrees such as meme studies, only found here at this school. In today's episode, we will have 7 learning periods, and in these periods, we will be discussing a real-life Forrest Gump, a disturbing new website where AI chatbots can go talk to each other, the Epstein files, and much more. But first, we got to get into our morning announcements. I just have to say, this show almost didn't happen for a number of reasons. Dave was allegedly on his deathbed.
Yeah, I really was. It was close to the flu of 22.
I didn't tell you this beforehand. Sorry. But Dave goes, I think I got strep.
Is that true?
Well, I checked the doctor, ChatGPT, and it said no. It just said, so I don't know. I think I'm all right.
What's up, Janelle?
We got Janelle in here.
But also, I sent you guys a picture last night. I almost didn't make it. I almost died last night. I literally almost died last night.
Oh my gosh, dude. That was crazy. Thank God. I actually, that brought me a moment of happiness because that happened to me before with the kids. It's like, when did that happen? Like towards the end of the bath or?
Quick story time.
Okay.
Quick story. My kid had an accident in the bathroom, and it was a murder scene. And yeah, it was not good. And I sent it to these guys. I was like, you guys, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to make it through this. And yeah, it was, you guys were all laughing at my dismay. I sent it to my other buddies, and they were all just dying laughing.
Dude, that's the best. It's the best. So you didn't even say what happened. So it wasn't like just like.
She had an accident.
Yeah, she had an accident.
We'll leave it at that. I don't want to get too graphic.
But it's happened to me before, like during bath time, and then there's an accident, and you're like, oh no, now you got a kid that's covered. And then you got to like clean the bathtub out, you know what I mean? The kid's sitting there, you're like, oh.
I bleached it.
Then you got to watch the kid again.
Well, here's the problem too. This is why I almost died. My wife is pregnant, like very pregnant, and I couldn't let her clean that up. I just couldn't consciously do that, even though I know I don't do well with that stuff.
If you know Tyler, he gags at everything. I don't even know how you change a diaper. I have no idea how you can change a diaper.
I got numb to it. I compartmentalized really fast after having our first kid. Oh, yeah.
What was it like the first diaper change?
Like I can wipe my kid's face with my hand now. And this is, welcome to the new show.
I'm not kidding. This is it. This is it, I guess. We weren't planning on talking about this.
That kid's part of me. That's my blood, right? So it's like, whatever.
Yeah,
I'm numb now.
Yeah.
But
yeah, they're depending on you. You got to do what you got to do.
My point is the show didn't almost happen. Almost didn't happen, I should say. And for those of you that are brand new to the show, we had a show like this called Zedcast. We rebranded a little bit. Our last show was about 3 years ago now. And I think for the last 2 years, I have been telling you, we should do that show again. We should do that show. Every once in a while, I'll see clips of it, and I'm like, man, it wasn't a bad show. And for me personally, I enjoy it. When we're all on the same page, when we're all clicking, it's fun to sit down and do this. So and people enjoyed it. So I've been harping on you for like 2 years, dude. We got to do it. Same with Dave. Dave, we got to get the boys back together.
It's fun. It's fun when the three of us are together. It's just a genuinely good time.
It is.
It's just genuinely a good time. I tried doing that dance show, and it was fun. I had a lot of good times with it, but honestly, like doing that stuff, and I was doing like that out and about too. It was just a lot of work by yourself.
Yeah,
it is.
It's a lot of work. I mean, I can't believe I did that for about a year and a half, and I just burned out. Like my family was burning out because they were part of it too. Mm-hmm. And so I kind of just was like, all right, I got to pause this after the 14th month.
But this is how a good rock song starts. No rap song starts with the boys getting back together. Like,
the boys are back in town.
Smoking in the boys' room. Yeah, it's no rap songs like that.
No.
But, yeah, you kind of got a taste. Well, I feel like that was all good, though, because I feel like all the experience all three of us have gathered in our own channels over the last couple of years will hopefully make this better.
Right.
this show going forward. And one thing that's going to be different about this show versus if you did watch Zedcast or listen to it is we really want to get some guests on, some interesting guests that are not necessarily on the podcast tour, because that always happens where you see them go from podcast to podcast to podcast.
yeah.
You're like, I like this person, but I've seen enough now. You know,
Right,
I've heard them
right.
say the same thing. But we have a couple of people in mind already that I think will be very interesting guests, and we want it to be a fun show. Hopefully, a truly semi-educational show, but mostly a good time here at the show.
Yeah, I like that. I like that too. I mean, I like the fact that you get like professionals in here that can kind of tell you the backstory of what they're really seeing. One of the people we were just talking about was a guy that does works with homeless people, you
Yes.
know, and it's like, well, what's really going on here? Because, you know, there's a little bit of a tainted, I do anyways, have a little bit of this tainted feeling with all these tent cities and all that other stuff. But, you know, what's going on the ground really?
Yeah.
Like, why is
And
all this
he's on
happening?
the ground. That's
He's
what
on the
makes him
ground.
very interesting. He's got a very unique perspective on that. He's not one of these politicians.
Right.
And that's where my problem comes in is
Right.
we said this yesterday, and we can move on here, but the money that is thrown at homelessness, specifically like California.
Yeah.
Wait, you spent how much money per homeless person? $100,000 per homeless people? And it just keeps going and going and going. So like, are you actually trying to solve the problem, or is this just a big money thing? You know?
Right.
So anyways, people like that would be a great guest. We'll have to talk to him more. Yeah. So Dave will tell you more about that afterwards. It's a pretty interesting story. I think he'd be a great guest. But anyways, we want to have a lot of guests on and make this a good time. So today we have a lot to talk about. We're going to jump right into it. And actually, let me take a step back. Two things, I should say. Another thing we want to implement into this show that we did not have previously was more like Zeducation style memes, funny stuff like that, where we did not do that before, but I think we're going to start most shows with that. And second off, a lot of you listening to this probably on YouTube, this will hopefully be up later this afternoon as we're recording. This will be on every podcast platform. Some may take longer than others. There's a verification process, but I will post the link down below to the official podcast site. So if you want to listen to it there, it's a Buzzsprout site. It's the website. And then I don't know how long exactly it'll be for Spotify, iHeart, Apple, you name it, but it will be on all those sites. So the biggest thing you can do to support us is check those out when they're up and subscribe here on the channel. And also, if you don't want to sit and watch, you don't have time to watch the whole episode, we will have clips on this same channel. We'll break those down and post them throughout the week. Anyways, we got to get into the rest of the show. Starting with first period, our statistics class. Starting with statistics, we've got some fun facts for you. Our first one, Dave, if you have that weather map, I thought this was interesting because we're here in Minnesota. We're in the doldrums of wintertime. But there are some hope in sights. And we need some hope in these times because right about now is when I'm like, why do we live in Minnesota still? Why have we not moved yet? It's still dark out. In northern Minnesota in February, we're about to get 80 more minutes of daylight in February.
Nice.
80 minutes of daylight. So there's some hope, guys. If you are from about Des Moines up to central Minnesota, 70 minutes. Down in Texas and Florida, you're going to get about 40 more minutes of daylight. So, and this kind of touches on the fact that all three of us have had conversations off the show about moving out of Minnesota.
I want out.
For a number of reasons, but this is at the top of my list.
I want out. I want out. So, well, the farther you go or the closer you get to the equator, the more balanced it becomes.
Mm-hmm.
Those peaks.
Yeah.
That bell curve. But I don't know. When the 21st of December or 22nd happens in that time frame, when we're going, like I always say, we're heading back towards the sun, the sunlight. But I get pumped. I mean, that's otherwise I just have like that mad depression over the winter months where I'm just Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
I'm not happy.
I mean, I don't get out much, so winter doesn't really faze me much. I mean, it's just a normal day. But
yeah, dude, I don't get out much. They call me a herm, a hermit.
I mean, I don't know. I live a pretty simple life, but I mean, so the minutes, it does suck, but the dang taxes here is what always is brutal, man.
Taxes, well, that kind of goes along with politics. Taxes, politics,
Corruption.
weather.
Yep.
Yeah, it's we'll see. I've thrown this out on Zeducation on probably 10 different episodes in the last 4 months. Where should I live in Texas? Where should I live in Florida? Where should I live in Tennessee? And I'm not kidding. I've gotten hundreds of messages, comments, and emails and stuff. And people are like, this is where you want to be. This is where you don't want to be. And I appreciate all of you. I do. I appreciate all of you guys that have sent me information.
I even look at North Dakota now.
North Dakota.
You know, that's only 2%. It's only 2%.
2% tax.
Yeah, 2%
and
tax.
It's not bad there. I mean, the winters are brutal though, man.
Yeah.
see,
Yeah,
that's
there's
the
not a lot
problem.
there.
That's the problem. You're not gonna get rid of. You're gonna solve the taxes and the politics, but you're not gonna solve the weather. And you're probably actually gonna make the weather worse.
Dude, it is way worse.
Dude, you go 2 hours west of here, and it's windy all the time in the summertime. And then you get to the winters, you add that wind in with the snow, it's a nightmare.
And they don't plow the road. So the main 94 that kind of cuts across North Dakota, especially when I was living in Dickinson, they literally put up a sign like, do not travel.
Yo.
If you call 911, no one's coming to
No
get
one's
you.
coming.
I did save a guy's life, dude.
Really?
Yeah. It was Christmas,
Yeah.
and we were driving back because we both work evenings. So we got off at like midnight, and we were driving back trying to get home for Christmas, and all of a sudden, I see this guy in the ditch. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? In a little like Chevy Malibu type thing.
Yeah.
So just not a winter car. And I see him getting all his gear on. I'm like, yeah, you want to ride? Oh, I'm just going to walk. I'm like, dude, it's about 30 miles. And dude, it was so cold. And he's like, I'll make it. I'm like, no, you won't, dude. You won't make it. And he got in the car. We didn't really talk much. And about 10, 15 miles down the road, he's like, thanks, man. Thanks. He's like, you know.
Okay, I don't want to go too off topic here, but while we're on winter stories, I don't think you've ever heard this story, and it's one of my favorite Deep stories in the wintertime. Tell Daniel the story about when you ran out of gas right outside of College Square.
Oh, the worst.
Dude, every time, when I first heard this story, I was crying.
So, dude, College Square, you know, in Brainerd.
Yeah.
And it was like that morning, woke up late, and was like, do I put gas in now or after
You're
school?
in high school, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll make it after school. I didn't make it after school. Dude, the light was turning orange, and the truck just kind of like, and as I was turning, taking a left, and I kind of floored it to make the light, died right outside of the getting into the pump. And,
So you're like, what, 30 yards from a pump?
yeah, about that, 30 yards, 40 yards. So I had to walk back and forth. And as I went into the gas station, I was like, hey, you know, you guys got the gas can? Because they all always have a gas can.
Yeah.
Someone stole it, dude. So he handed me a freaking cup. And, dude, it was so brutal. Because
You had to go cup by cup?
cup by cup, dude, a good like
no.
10 trips for freezing. And I didn't wear nothing warm. So, and gas was like $4+ a gallon. So,
Dude, how have I never heard this story?
know,
How have I never heard this story?
dude, it just doesn't. Hold on, dude, there's one big missing part. If it's what I think you're going to say.
No, I was going to ask you, what did you do with the pump when you went from, like, filled up the cup? Did you just set the pump on the ground?
Yeah, I had to hang it because otherwise it would have reset.
Okay.
So,
Were you late for school?
no, it was after school.
Oh,
Dude, and so I was giving a girl a ride home.
Dude, were you using a credit card or cash, or how did that even work?
I had a gift card. Dude, I was broke, real broke back then. And dude, so I had this girl in my car I was going to give a ride home to. Dude, she was like crying in the passenger seat because she was so embarrassed.
She wasn't laughing, she was actually crying.
Yeah, dude. And like, how do you think I feel?
and
I'm
after school. So it's like super busy.
super busy, dude. Super busy.
Just wrecked that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's one of my favorite Deep stories.
That's pretty epic. I've never
cup
heard
by
anybody cup by
cup.
cup.
And it
pretty epic.
wasn't even a big gulp. It was a 12-ounce.
It was tiny. It was
So
like
a foam
damn,
coffee cup melting from the gasoline.
dude, one of those freaking oil
can I get
cones?
Can I get a big gulp? No, dude, sorry, you gotta pay for that. It's like here's a 12-ounce of
We don't accept
styrofoam.
gift cards.
Here's an 8-ounce cup.
Sounds
you know,
good for gas.
You know that they give you those little plastic or those little cones for if you need an emergency oil fill, and they take those like slushy cones and just cut the end off. Freaking 4 ounces, just bastards.
Oh,
You know what the worst of that? You know that could be in that could be in a movie because like you know how when you get those gift cards, like when you have like a niece or a nephew that you don't trust, you're like, they're gonna buy cigarettes, so you get them only gas. You get them only gas. And be like, well, we could let you buy a damn oil or a gas can, but that gift card's not, it's exempt from that. So now they're doing cup by cup.
Oh, dude.
It's cussing out their uncle.
Okay. Oh, that's great. So yeah, that's, we'll move on here. Anyway, so point of the story is if we would move out to North Dakota, that's still a possibility. You could relive that at some point because of the nightmarish winters.
Point of the story is we've already went sideways on a brand new show.
Point of the story is, welcome to the show. Lesson is education. This is part of the lesson of statistics. Don't let your gas tank get over or under a quarter of a tank.
Under a quarter of a tank.
No, I heard Shaq say that too. Great life lesson. I was like, dude, that's actually good. Don't be the guy that fills up even at a quarter. Do a half.
I don't know about you guys, but have you noticed how fast your gas tank goes empty in the winter?
I feel like
mine goes empty
Gotta
super
use
quick.
more gas, man.
Yeah, it feels like it goes
working
really
overtime.
quick.
All right, moving on. We got a couple more fun facts here before we get into our meme and social studies period. Number 2, I wish Janelle was still here for this. Redheads require about 20% more anesthesia than people with other hair colors.
Oh, man.
Scientists are unsure why anesthesia, both general and local, is less effective for redheads. You should text her about this.
You know what? I'm just going to see if she is here. Hold on. I'm just going to take a look.
But
at
it may be linked to the MC1R gene mutation that causes hair to be red.
I was just going to say that because they say that it's, blue eyes and red hair are the latest human mutations.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Really?
Yep.
Interesting. That is interesting.
As you're texting her, here, let's keep moving on here for more statistics. Well, maybe she'll be on the future show. So, number 3, kind of a downer here, but over 70% of licensed realtors didn't sell a single home last year. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Either that says homes aren't selling or there's too many realtors.
You know, I can't. You know the person that we know that's a appraiser.
Yeah,
I had talked to her. It's been a little bit now, but last time I had talked to her, she said that she had done 10 appraisals, and of those 20 appraisals, and of those 20 appraisals that she did in that previous month, 12 of them were bankruptcies.
Really?
For the banks, yes. Yep.
Yeah, you know, I'm not an expert, but I do kind of try to pay attention to what's going on, and it seems like things are not good in the home market and in a lot of markets. So. We'll get to the Bitcoin market.
Yeah, everything's way overpriced.
Yeah, no, it's I will say though, I know someone that just sold a home for more than they were asking. Like literally, like last week, they didn't even list it. They sold it as the homeowner sold it. They didn't even use a realtor. So
really,
dude, that thing sold super quick.
Dude, literally within 2 days.
What price range?
Less than 500.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still, and that's one thing though is, and this goes with the K-shaped recovery thing, right? That they've been talking about.
Right.
The more expensive homes are going like that. The starter homes and mid-level 200 to 400, even cheaper than that, they seem to be on the market for a very long time.
I was just talking to a plumber the other day, and I was like, you know, we talked about this a little bit on houses, how kids, you see this thing where everybody's like, oh, well, look at my grandparents, they bought a house, and the American dream was alive back then because they could afford a house. Now you no longer can afford a house. But the thing of that is that nowadays kids expect that they're moving into like a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. Mm-hmm. If you look at like your grandparents' house, even my grandparents' house when they died, it was a 2-bedroom, 1-bath house is what they died in, right? Like a small little Minneapolis house, maybe 1,200 square feet, not much house there, you know, but nobody wants that house anymore.
No, everyone expects right off the bat to be a big dog. And I think the big difference too is like what I think is older generation. I would say your generation, not older, but more than the millennial. Everyone always had a side hustle. Everyone was always you went to your job and then what'd you do after? A lot of people farmed.
I painted, I cut trees. Yeah, I mean,
I restored cars. I flipped cars.
There you go.
I would restore cars. I would buy and sell cars. I was an aircraft mechanic, and when I got home from work, I would literally buy old classic cars, fix them up, and then flip them. That's how I got my way through college.
And what's the side hustle now? I'm going to be a streamer.
I'm going to steal catalytic converters.
I'm just not going to work and collect from the government.
Well, that's a lot of people's side hustle.
Yeah.
I think there's over 1/3 or 1/2 of people are on some form of government assistance. Yeah. Whether it's Medicaid, Social Security, EBT, whatever. It's crazy. Like we have a welfare state for sure.
I'm embarrassed to say this, but I feel like it's got to be higher than that.
Well, if you
No,
include
yeah,
federal employees, and
it's in the 100 million. It's like I
Is
don't
it?
want to say 160 million or 190 million. I can't remember, but it's very high.
well, if you include like state workers, county workers, I mean, people that work, but still living out the taxpayer dollars, there's got to be there's only so much.
You know, when I worked at the airlines, the guys that flew like the regional aircraft, the pilots, they were making this is a while ago, but they were making poverty levels where they qualified for welfare if they had kids.
Really?
So yeah, because a pilot can only fly 80 hours. The FARs, you can only fly for 80 hours a month, right? And they were making like $17 an hour, and they're only getting paid on that $80 or on that 80 hours at $17 an hour as a pilot.
That's insane.
That was
Yeah.
in the 90s, you said?
This is like 2006.
Okay. Can you believe that's
2006-ish?
20 years ago?
That's crazy. I know.
Yeah.
That's crazy to say that. Yeah.
Anyway, well, let's move on here. We got a lot of stuff. This kind of on the same vein. A little bit depressing statistics here, but this is important. I got 3 more here before we move on to our meme studies. Nearly 1/3 of kids can't use books when starting school and try to swipe them like phones. Another one, many incoming college students are struggling to read basic sentences. This is per Fortune magazine. Then the last one, this is wild to me. 52% of Philadelphia's adults are functionally illiterate, and 67% are low literate, reading at a 6th grade to 8th grade level. 52% of one of our major cities, and I'm assuming that this is pretty on par with most places. And I guess my question, because I kind of notice this, our kids are toddlers still, our oldest just turned 4, but you see it, and I've seen it just, they're not in school yet. The oldest is in preschool, but when she was in daycare, you could see a very big gap between certain kids, like, and different parenting styles, and ones that seem to be way behind versus other parents that you would assume they care about their kid, and they're not just getting home from daycare and sitting on an iPad when they get home, right? But there just seems to be a very, very large divide. And I think I was talking to you, I can't remember, but we're going to continue to see this divide widen and widen.
Yeah.
There's going to be kids that excel, do really well, and use the technology that we have to educate themselves, be smarter. And then there's going to be the kids that don't have guidance at home or even in schools now, sadly. And they're going to use it for Roblox and YouTube and ironically, and Netflix, right?
Yeah.
But they're not actually using it to help themselves, right? And you guys both have kids. My question is, I mean, do you guys see that with kids that your kids and the kids your kids go to school with? You know, is there you see that gap that I'm seeing?
So what I'm seeing right now is everybody's using AI. The kids, and I'm
kids.
talking about like
For their homework assignments and
for their
stuff?
homework, for everything, even taking tests, they're using AI. They
How do they do that?
they can use their phones in class.
What?
Schools have gotten like really, really sideways, in my opinion. They've gotten super sideways now. You know, like with these A&P classes where you can get like
The AP
you can
stuff,
get like
yeah.
a 5.0 GPA, kind of like
Yeah,
that's possible, and
It's always been like that.
right. But I think what's weird about that is even my son, he just got he got an A in English, and I was looking at his writing, and I was like, dude, 9th grade, this is your writing, really? You know, and then you got an A. I don't know. It just didn't jive for me, and I think the weird thing that's happening in this world that I'm watching as just me, I'm 50 years old, and watching this, we as humans, we're really leaning harder onto computers to do things for us. So these kids, they're typing, they're swiping, they are just like you said, they texting. They're not doing that verbal communication like we're doing here. That's disappeared. That's disappearing. It's weird. They don't like to communicate with each other that way. They don't write nothing on paper. I mean, thank you notes are difficult for my kids to compose, which is kind of scary in a sense. And we force them to sit down and actually do that, and you know, make sure that we navigate it with them. But
they're not getting that in school.
But I think the school is pushing though. Like at some point, the way the future is going, it's like, do we work on ourselves as individual computers? I guess I'll call us as the machine, right?
Yeah.
Our machine that we carry with us, or do we work on our ability to navigate and control a machine? You know, like calling out AI to tell it what to do
Instruct
properly.
them.
Right. And that's kind of seems like that's what they've been working on more of that than they're working on themselves internally.
You know what? Well, first off, Dave, I mean, do you notice that at your school? Like kids where it's like, oh, it seems like you have parents that care about you.
Oh yeah. Well, when we had
And versus kids that don't necessarily, which is
yeah. Well, student conferences. So our kid got ground. Dude, he's grounded from the Switch more often than he's allowed to play it. Just sort of little things like, dude, you didn't listen, grounded. And so we had student conferences, and we were like, yeah, it's kind of weird. He just got the Switch back, and teacher was like, yeah, he's always really good, leader in the class, and just about a couple weeks ago, I was like, now that you say that, he just got his Switch back, and then we were kind of talking about the tech stuff, and she's like, well, I see it all the time. You can really tell the kids that go home and just check out to the iPad.
Turn on the screen.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, I love AI, but dude, it's not as peaches and cream as people say.
We're gonna get more to AI in a story here in a bit because I have a lot, and I'm all for banning AI. I like sincerely think AI is not it's not a net positive for us. I really don't think that. It could. There's a lot of things that I think it can help us with, but let's move on. Let's get to our second period. Listen up, everybody. Listen up. Get your notepads. Are you serious, dude? Dude, this guy here, over here has a freaking. What is that? Show the camera right now. Dude, we need to shame him into oblivion. Dude, how many energy drinks do you have a day?
I don't know. Enough to have a kidney stone.
And you know what? You think that's funny? He actually had a dude.
Yeah.
You still think you have another one?
I think I have another one. Yeah, it's killing me right now.
Guys,
It actually
help
hurts
me
for a
out here
second.
in the comments. Do we have any doctors watching this?
I don't know. My urologist said it doesn't cause kidney stones, so I'm going to believe him.
How many times? I've known you since like 2008, and I've probably harped on you probably half of that time. Like those are gonna kill you, man. Those are
I
gonna
hope
kill
not. I hope not. I refute that.
It's a Jolly
Refute
Rancher.
that,
It's
whatever the word
it's
is.
zero sugar.
It's zero
Okay.
sugar, only 15 calories. Like, let's go.
It's FDA approved, man.
And it tastes like a Jolly Rancher.
Everyone, sit down and listen up. We're getting into the second period. I'm sick and tired of this.
All right.
We're talking about kids learning in school, and here we are. You're not even listening in during your own university session. All right, second period. We got meme and social studies, arguably the most important class of this program. So listen up. If you want a meme degree, if you want a social studies degree, social media studies, I should say, listen up. Dave, play the first. We got a couple memes here we're going to go over. We're going to get into some of the comments as well. So this is a very irrelevant one. You got it up, Dave? The Bitcoin one?
Yep.
All right. Told my grandpa to buy Bitcoin at 126,000. It's now at 65,000. Grandpa, missed call, coward.
That's a classic, dude.
It's a classic. This is a great one. And it's very relevant now because Bitcoin has been crashing. And I've seen this crash out. I've seen people asking me, what the hell's going on, dude? You say you love Bitcoin, but is it the end? Should I sell? Hey, man, I'm holding it forever. I've said that from the very start.
Yep.
I called yesterday to buy. I was going to
You
buy.
did?
Yep. I was going to buy
Daniel
yesterday.
called me yesterday.
He
So
said don't.
if this is what I'm saying behind the scenes. If you're a Bitcoiner, Daniel called me yesterday. He says, should I buy? You just sold out at what, in the 80s?
I sold out. No, at it was a little. Yeah. It was 87, I think.
So you sold out because you thought I was going to lower, which was a
Right,
good call.
right.
I told you not to do that because I
Yep.
was like, and this is where you shouldn't listen to me. So, okay, nice. And I'll let Dave take that
Yep.
in a second. I said, don't sell, dude. Don't ever try to trade because I always lose trading. I always do. And I would have lost this time too because and I did because I held on to it. And I'm not going to try to trade. But it went lower. You called me yesterday saying, hey, should I buy back in? I was like, don't do it, dude. Don't do it, which is probably your signal to buy. You should have bought because now it's at like 70. It went from 60. Did it go under 60?
It did. I think it hit 58.
Okay, now it's back up to 70 in a matter of 24 hours.
Yep.
And what do you think is going to happen? And this is not financial advice, folks. I know there's some people out there like Bitcoin's fake, blah blah blah. You guys are idiots. That's fine. You know what? I don't fault you. You can disagree with us. That's fine. But Dave, what do you think is going to happen?
Dude, there's literally no longs left for the market to manipulate and kill. So there's really no point for it to go long. The volatility index is the highest it's ever been at like 76. So usually that means a V-shaped recovery should be somewhat relevant. I don't think it's going to go to this wild $1 million overnight, but I do think in a couple months we'll be back in the 90s. for
Okay.
sure.
Okay. All right.
How low though? How low do you think it's gonna go?
I don't see it going below 58. And that's because of the 300-week moving average.
Right.
It's never, I think it dipped below during the 2022 crash
Yep.
when we got down to what, 12, 13, 14?
Yeah, that was wild. I was buying that too. That I was buying like a maniac.
Dude, yeah.
And now
so
looking back, I'm like, yeah, but
I just think long term. And what I think is like, dude, the market, they manipulate so wildly that, and crypto is unregulated. So like all that stuff goes, they want, why would you want a plebe to go in that is leveraged out of his mind to, pump it up to get this kid? Like one kid earlier made like $96 million and started with nothing. And then he tried to leverage,
and now he's out.
now he's out.
See, me personally, I don't
That's
even
why you
like.
don't trade, man.
I don't even like talking about it publicly with
Yeah, same,
anybody.
same.
I just don't. I don't like. And here we are.
Well,
but,
but this is
yeah, it
relevant.
matters,
It's,
yeah.
yeah.
But this is my position on it is that if BlackRock is sitting on all this, it's probably a good position to be in.
Right. And the CEO is out there talking very, very highly of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I was
I
buying.
don't like talking about it either because
Yeah.
I'm beyond trying to convince people.
Right.
And it's, again, there's people that aren't going to be convinced. And maybe it does go to zero. I don't think that's going to happen, but it could.
Dude.
We could be wrong.
I was buying the shit out of silver at 17 to 23, and everybody thought I was lost my mind. They were like talking to people.
Yeah.
I feel like that one did well. I think it's going to drop again, like a.
Well, we'll see. It could,
But
it could go higher, but
How I look at Bitcoin and silver, even that it went way high, am I going to sell it? No, because my Bitcoin and silver is for when everything goes to,
Right.
like, it's
Yeah.
for when the EMP comes, dude.
Yeah,
dude,
no,
it's the doomsday prepping stuff.
yeah, it's an insurance policy.
Yeah.
Let's move on here.
Yeah.
Before, did you want to play those AI clips that you made, or should we say? Well, let's save those for the AI segment, which is coming up next here, or in two bits. So let's move on here. Dave, pull up the mugshot. So we got some more meme studies to go over. We're gonna analyze this here. Man's mugshot goes viral after being arrested for trespassing. This is one of the best. I don't know if that's neck hair or a mullet. Either way, this is fantastic. And man, I hope this guy plays linebacker.
Neck hair. Look at his neck.
Look at his neck, dude.
Holy moly.
So let's get into some comments.
It's like Florida man, dude.
This is a Florida man meme, no question. Some of the comments here. We got
Godzilla.
I'm betting he stuck his neck out for the wrong people and wound up here. I hope he'll think about finding better friends next time. If there is a next time. Ting. More comments. Bro never skips neck day. I'm tired of all this negativity. How does he fold sheets? That's like the highest liked one. I don't even know. Is it because of his chin?
Yeah, you got to tuck your chin in.
It's so stupid. It's so stupid. And then a couple more here. That's the kind of microfiber dry mop I've been looking for. And better luck next time. Another one. So there we go. This is probably my favorite part about Instagram Reels is the comment section. Is the comment section is chock full.
It's so
of
good.
Comedy gold. The best part is it's the best jokes. It's a democracy. It's true democracy. Everyone gets to vote on the best jokes, and they rise to the top. So every time I see a funny thing, especially one where I'm like, I don't know if I'd share that.
Yeah.
I go right to the comments.
And the people that share stuff, man, like, what are they thinking? Like some people that actually film themselves.
Oh, yeah. Why
sharing-
would you share that?
Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing? It's like some stuff just needs to be private.
It does.
You
I
know,
think of
this
that all the time. Like, I'll say it in the videos. Like, dude, why would you share that? But thank you for the entertainment. Like,
Here's what I think, because I think that too. I told this to Dave the other day. I said this on the last week's test episode. Sometimes I go down the wildest holes, the rabbit holes on the algorithm, and I went down this rabbit hole where it was only showing me crazy people, like literal crazy people saying the wildest things. Part of me thinks, I think there's mental illness in some of this, but two, is we live in a culture that's like, you post everything and maybe you'll be famous too. Maybe you'll be an influencer because we live in an influencer world where everyone, you could post
ASMR.
and be famous. It's like,
Right.
what the hell are we doing?
Right.
What are we doing?
I-
You can sit and laugh at memes and become famous. Yeah, right?
Dude,
Yeah?
my
You don't wanna
fa- so,
No. I was just gonna say you don't want to be the screaming like that liberal lady that was like,
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, I love because sometimes it's so outrageous. I got to stop and watch. It was petrified dragons covered throughout the world.
What?
So I mean, you got to watch for just a minute. Like, okay, what's going on here? And then next thing I know, that dude, then you find out there's a community in there though, and you're like, dude, there's that many people that like, look at this.
See, but that's the problem. I love those rabbit holes. For example, have you been down the gnome rabbit hole?
No.
Oh, dude.
Oh, of course you have.
Dude, it just pops up.
This is going to be your conspiracy. We're going to do it because every show, Professor Dave and Professor Daniel, they're going to have a segment. You guys each have a segment today. We'll get to them. But I think you should cover that next time. We should. It would be fun, actually, if you did more conspiracy stuff.
All right, mermaids.
Let's do the gnome one.
All right.
Because that's a real thing. There's real communities built around these conspiracies.
Yeah.
And that's why they don't end. When
dude, the garden fairies?
Dude, we know people personally. We know people personally that are into that. Like, for real.
Dude,
Me and you both, yes.
They spend a lot
That's
of
a real
money.
thing. You do too.
Here's my favorite part is after we say
Lots.
stuff like this, there's always someone in the comments, those are real. They may be, you know what, that person commenting right now, I love you, okay? We're going to do some investigation. All
Never
right?
know. You never know.
If you like it, build it. Build your little hut. Stop spending $300, $400, $500 for a pre-made freaking ceramic.
Listen, I'm just going to say that I don't know what's happening in your simulation, but it could be true. It could be true.
We're all living in different worlds, man. Before we go any further, I want to say for anyone listening to the show on this segment in the meme studies, we'll try to describe some of the stuff we're watching here. We kind of described the last one, but the guy was back to the previous meme. It's a mugshot of a guy with a crazy haircut, right? So,
And
let's move on.
Big
So
Mac.
you guys each brought some memes too, and then before we get into the next period, where we're going to talk about some Epstein stuff and some Trump stuff, some current events, political science. That's our next class. Let's get into the memes that you guys brought. Do you want to go or Daniel?
I don't even know. Did mine all get canceled?
No.
One of Daniel's
No,
got
two
canceled.
of them got canceled.
Two got canceled.
No, let's see here.
I don't even remember what I have anymore. Oh, no, I do remember what I have.
Is that it? Is that what you brought?
No, I don't even know what that is.
This is the one that you had comments for?
What?
I don't even know what that
playing
is.
that.
Dude.
I don't know
What
what
is
that. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wait, can we play this? Okay, yeah,
well,
play it.
we're going to play it.
All right.
We're going to play it. This is Daniel. If
All right.
Music or not on this one?
no, don't ever play music. No,
Yeah,
no music.
Yeah, no music. No music. All right.
Start it over.
So honestly, dude, I was like, oh my God, the guy's just like buried in sand. The dog's gonna start helping him, so he's like running away.
What is wrong with you?
Look at those shades he's wearing. So go to the comment. Go to the comment. Go to the comment. What does it say?
I wonder what those 6 shades must have costed him. An arm and 2 legs.
Okay, dude, you're going to hell, dude.
I thought that was funny. That was the people in the background. Like, I thought that was good.
You took the screenshot for the sunglasses. You completely ignored what's happening in the clip.
That's
Grow up. Grow
Sorry.
up.
Sorry. That was the one that made it.
We can't even show the other ones that you brought, dude.
They were really good.
Okay, so let's do some analyzation here for class. What do we do and not do with that one?
What do you mean?
I don't even know what I'm saying. I'm trying to. Now, class, what did we learn?
What do we learn about this one?
All right,
Dude, that guy, what I would say is I learned that guy should be like, remember in Mad Max when that one, like when the big giant had the backpack with the little guy in the back?
Master Blaster.
Yeah.
Remember that? That's what he should be doing at the beach with his buddy. He should have his buddy like on his backpack and they
Master
could go out.
Blaster.
Like, that's how
Master
I'd roll.
Blaster.
If that was my buddy, wouldn't you? That'd be badass.
Is that Tina Turner in that movie, right?
Yeah.
Master Blaster.
She's the leader of the, whatever that underground society or upworld society is.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Yeah. All right, Dave, on to your memes. What'd you bring here?
I got one. It's a hat that says, people who get diarrhea from Taco Bell are weak and their bloodline is weak and history will forget them.
Dude, this is coming from the guy who eats jalapenos for breakfast.
Yeah. I can't say I've ever got, the old Taco Bell sickness.
How about the bloody Chipotle?
Hold on.
Not really. My body is built for those.
All right. The show's off the rails already. Okay, you know what? Yeah, we're going to get into this because, a lot of stuff has happened in the last couple of years. While we're on this, because I want Dave to tell a story. And I briefly mentioned this on Zeducation. So for those of you that are members and you watch the stream on Fridays, you've already heard this story. But many of you have not heard this story. And I mentioned it on Zeducation like 2 weeks ago, I think. So I think it's important. A lot of stuff has happened in the last couple of years. The book came out. You did that dance show. You had your own set of problems with health stuff.
Cancer.
You literally had cancer. I don't know if you want to say that or not, but a literal cancer survivor. I mean, that was a big deal.
I wouldn't get thrown out of too far out of context.
But still,
true.
no, you had cancer. I mean, it's Dave thought he had cancer. So, Dave, I want you to very quickly tell that story. Because this is incredible. I can't even believe this happened still.
Well, okay, I wish I had the...
oh, dude, you know what?
The photo.
Tell the story. I'm going to find it because you did send me the photo. So I thought you were lying, but continue. Sorry.
Dude, I was really sick for like 2-3 weeks. Dude, just like...
Sorry. You know, this is why this is relevant. I have to cut you off because you're talking about being weak and your bloodline. And if your gut can't handle fire, then you're weak. Okay, so go.
Well, now I wish I remembered even what I ate because, dude, I just, like the BMs were just terrible. I had to go in. I had to go in because I'm like, something's wrong. This isn't normal. I've never had this happen before.
Dude, here it is.
All right, upload that sucker.
It's like, what the hell are the BMs? I don't know. It's like, well, no.
Tell the story.
And so as I go in, and they're like, well, we can't really find anything that's wrong. Would you want to go in for an x-ray? And I was like, well, yeah, sure. That's probably a pretty good idea right now.
Wait. Hold on. Back up for a second. Were you you were stuck? Were you constipated?
Yeah, it was blood.
What?
And I mean,
red or like
okay,
black?
let's not get too graphic.
Well, no, I'm going to get nervous now.
He thought he was sick.
Okay.
Because, I mean, that doesn't happen.
Yeah,
And so as I go in, dude, he takes an x-ray. And, you don't get the results instantly. You got to wait for a few minutes.
Oh, my God.
I get home, and they call back, and they're like, hey, can you come back in?
We got some bad news.
Yeah, we have something coming up on the x-ray. And I was like, oh, man, like, that's kind of messed up. Like, I was pretty nervous, actually. And hold
on. As I'm texting him and asking him what's going on, he's like, yeah, probably cancer, dude. That's the attitude he had. Yeah, it's probably a cancer, dude.
That's what I would think.
So you're going back in. Sorry. Yeah.
All right, hold on. I got it.
Or an ulcer.
Well, that's what I was thinking. An ulcer made kind of the most sense. And well, after he's like, we're having something weird pop up in the x-ray. And then, so I went in for another x-ray because they couldn't figure it out. And that actually was I was like, dude, that is freaking wild. Okay. Hold on
here. Dave's pulling up the picture. This is a very relevant picture that he's pulling up. And I legitimately was like, you're so full of it, dude. This is not real. I think I know what happened though. Once Steve gets this pulled up. So continue the story.
Doesn't even make sense. Now I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, wait a minute.
So he goes, did you eat Tums recently after I got the second thing back? And I was like, well, I had Prilosec. He's like, did you not chew it? I was like, no, the package says swallow, do not chew.
The package literally says swallow, do not chew.
What?
Yes.
What the hell?
So on your x-ray, it showed up what? Like a little
He asked if I ate
sign?
a battery. He's like, did you eat a battery or something? And I was like, no. I was like, why would I eat a battery?
Like your kids jammed it down your throat when you're sleeping?
Yeah. So, and then when I told him that, I don't think he believed me that it really said do not chew.
Dave was telling me this. I'm like, no, you misread it. You had to have. And he sent me the picture. He's like, see, I told you. So you swallowed a freaking quarter-sized pill with no water.
Dude, yeah. Put that picture up because look at the it's even got a flavor on it.
Yeah, wild berry.
Wait a minute.
Why would you?
Wait a minute.
It's even got a flavor
That is actually wild. So it's wild berry flavor. And it
Swallow.
Why would you have a flavor for something you're not supposed to chew?
Yeah.
Dude,
That's
that is
bizarre.
Weird.
So here's what I think happened. First off, that is wild. I think they messed up the packaging, or some monster out there switched out somehow.
Like the last day.
Yes, went in there and said like, we're gonna put these non-chewable ones. We're gonna put them in there, we're gonna put the chewable ones in there, and then some idiot, we're not gonna know, but it's gonna be funny because we know what happened somewhere, is not gonna swallow it, and then this is gonna happen. This is like a prank that someone pulled.
Could have been.
That's my theory. That's my theory, dude.
Really?
What else? Or Prilosec has false advertising.
So wait a minute. Were they like discs or were they like a
Yeah, they're
tablet?
about the size of a Tums.
Yeah,
And you swallowed that?
that's what I said.
Well, when it said it, because they wasn't working when I was chewing. Long story short, still don't know what happened. They didn't really diagnose it, but we figured out that in the X-ray there was nothing on the X-ray.
Dang, if there's a lawyer on the show right now, I feel like that's like that's a big one.
That's what I said.
That's like a big one.
Do we have any lawyers out there? This is a legit packaging. You know, all that stress and heartache that Dave went through. You know,
Now I'm nervous about it.
All right, let's move on, folks. Let's move on. We are in the third period of our class schedule. And like I said before the show started, I want this show to be lighthearted. I want it to be fun. But we are going to talk about current events, trending topics, and occasionally politics. That's what we're going to talk about now. We're going to talk about, in our political science current events period, today we're going to talk about the biggest thing is the Epstein files. And we'll get to Trump here in a little bit. But you guys have been paying attention with the Epstein files, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you're out of touch with what's happening in the world, first off, I commend you.
Be honest with you, I have not been like super watching it.
Okay.
Like,
but you know what's going on since 2016.
Yeah.
I mean, in 2016, Trump said something like during the campaign, if you guys remember this, there's a video of him saying, yeah, I don't know what's going on with that island, but I think Bill has some problems coming with the island or something like that, along the, paraphrasing there. So he acknowledged, like, people know what is going on with this billionaire Epstein, who was in jail at the time, awaiting trial. Or I think he got arrested in 2018. Anyways, but he had been charged with other things previous to that.
Right.
Everyone in the upper echelons of society knew what this guy was doing. Flash forward to when Trump wins, everyone thought there was this trove of Epstein files. Everyone thought that Biden didn't release them because he's trying to protect Democrats and blah, 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 right? Then Trump administration gets in there. They tell us, Pam Bondi says that the Epstein files are on her desk. Then shortly after that, she says, people misconstrued what I was saying. That's not what I meant. There are no Epstein files. Then all of a sudden, then you had Kash Patel and Dan Bongino, the FBI faces.
Well, wait a minute. Didn't they release that like coloring book of?
They released, the phase 1.
Yeah.
Which was a very, very
Nothing burger.
big nothing burger. Optics looked horrible. And allegedly that was not supposed to happen like that. The press was there for something else, and but turned into a circus. Then the Epstein files didn't exist. Then Bongino and Kash Patel got on TV and said that they've seen the files. So wait, there are files. You said they didn't. There were no files. Then they said that, oh no, I've seen it. He actually did do it himself. And we will, if you know what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying. He did it himself. He took care of himself. Well, that's kind of weird since you were talking and saying for the last X amount of years that he did it. There's something nefarious going on here. Now, flash forward, I think there's been two tranches of documents that have been released. What, like 3 million files or something like that?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Of
3
pictures
million?
Pictures and emails. Yes. So, and a lot of wild stuff.
Who's collected all this information?
So I think, again, this is all like email stuff. So this is stuff the FBI and all these intelligence agencies that have investigated have got while they're investigating Epstein, right? And there's actually stuff leading up to the 2020 election. Like you and I and Dave and anyone could have put in the things to the tip line. And if you read, and this is all unsubstantiated, no evidence stuff.
Sure.
We could say whatever we want, and that stuff is in those files. The tip line stuff is in this most recent files. And there's accusations against Trump doing wild stuff. But again, all of this is unfounded. There's literally no evidence. And it's weird that it happened on the 2020 election. But anyways, that stuff is in there. But first, let me say the amount of fake stuff that people are they're AI generating photos, they're making fake emails, blasting it out into the world saying, look what Elon Musk said here. Look at this photo of the Island Boys. That was mega viral.
Yeah. That's been viral for a while.
But it's going re-viral.
Yep.
So much fake stuff. And it totally waters down and devalues the real stuff that it should make us all question and be like, wait, what the hell? Why? Wait a minute. Why are we trying to like just ignore this? And Trump is trying to move past it. Trump is trying to say this is a nothing burger. We need to get over this. It's like, hold on a second. And here's an example of something that is in these files that makes me go, woo. Why are we not talking? Like, why is this not warrant deeper conversation and asking them face to face? So Howard Lutnick is, I think he's in Trump's cabinet. He's the Department of Commerce guy, I believe. He went on, I think when he was getting voted on for Trump's cabinet, he was on some interview and he was telling this lady, it was like CBS, it was one of the big networks that he was doing this interview. And he says something like, he was neighbors with Epstein down in Florida. He was neighbors with Epstein, right? So he knew him. He's like, yep, my wife and I, back in 2005, I believe it was, we went into his home, met him. He had a massage table in his front foyer of his home. And I was like, geez, you have a massage table in your home. Why are you getting massages? You know, did you get a lot of massages?
Oh.
And then Jeffrey Epstein, he looked at me and he said, oh yeah, and the good kind. And I looked at my wife once we walked out of the house and we went to my home and I said that, you know, I never want to be, basically, I never want to be associated with that guy ever again. This is 2005.
Yeah.
Or in that time frame. Flash forward to this most recent email batch. There's emails from Howard Lutnick, this guy that said that, emailing Epstein saying, hey, what time should we come to your island for the dinner? There's multiple emails. So it's like, wait a minute, dude.
Right.
You literally just got on TV and you lied about your affiliation with Jeffrey Epstein. Why did you lie about it? I mean, that's a great question. You said this on national TV. You are in Trump's cabinet. You're in a very high position of power. Why can't we keep asking about this? Why does Trump want us to move past this? This is very bizarre, insanely bizarre. And here's more bizarre stuff on this before let you guys talk. Trump is now, so this is what Trump just said about this. Because now Hillary and Bill Clinton, I'm jumping around here, but Bill and Hillary Clinton are supposed to, they actually want to go on TV and testify in front of Congress now and tell their side of the story with Epstein.
It has to be televised.
Yeah,
right?
they want
it to be televised.
Right.
Now, Trump is saying, it bothers me that somebody is going after Bill Clinton. I still like Bill Clinton. What the hell? What happened to draining the swamp? Like, that's what you ran on in 2016. So again, you might like Trump, you might hate Trump, but I think we can all agree that this is very bizarre flip of what's going on and what he said in 2016 versus now. Okay, so there's that. And then the other thing too, more billionaires, there was an email from Elon Musk asking Epstein about what day is the best to come to his island, what will be the best day for the best party. He didn't go to the island, and he says that. I did not go, but he inquired about...
He didn't get invited.
He inquired about going. But I will say there's a lot of fake emails from Elon to Epstein too. So there's that. But it's like, wait a minute, hold on a second, dude. All right. So that's what I took away, the biggest things I took away from this. There's a lot of fake information. A lot of these billionaires are lying. They're all in on it. Now Trump's trying to move past it. It's an insanely bizarre situation. And here's the bizarre stuff. I didn't include this in our thing, but CBS, let me just confirm that. I believe it. Yeah, CBS, this came out yesterday. Newly released Department of Justice documents show that investigators reviewing surveillance footage from the night of Jeffrey Epstein's death observed an orange-colored shape moving up a staircase toward the isolated, locked tier where his cell was located.
Wait, what? What?
They have footage. This is from the investigation. This isn't just new information. This has been known.
Okay.
There was an orange figure outside of his cell that night, the night that he allegedly died.
And they never said anything about, wait a minute.
And they just said, wait a minute.
I thought the cameras weren't working.
That's what I'm telling you. And this isn't conspiracy. This is real. This is all public information.
Yeah.
Why is this
Actually,
not?
you can probably see it right here. Like,
Can you? You know what?
Yeah, let me.
See if you can find that. Pull it up if you can. But this is real. So they're now coming out and saying, oh yeah, we have there was this orange figure. We're just kind of not talking about it anymore. It was a part of the investigation, but no. Everyone just shut up. Let's move past it. Hold on a second. So there was someone, the cameras were working. You told us they weren't. And there was a figure, an orange figure, which I would assume is another prisoner. Why? Why is that person out there? Very, 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 very far.
yeah.
And they're just reporting on this. Why? Now, okay, here's the crazy. You're going to love this, Steve. Okay, well, actually, sorry. On the Epstein stuff, or on the CBS report, this is also what they reported. The noose allegedly used by Epstein has never been identified, per CBS, with the noose collected at the scene later determined not the ligature used. So, if
Not
that's
the ligature.
the noose
Okay.
that he used.
Not
on
the
him.
actual one he used.
So the one they said they had in evidence was not the one that was used, according to this.
What?
Dude, this is absolutely bonkers stuff.
Is there a picture of his cell? Well, and the reason I ask is I used to be a jailer when I was in college. I was a jailer, and it's not the easiest thing to do. It's not the easiest thing to use
On yourself.
on yourself. Yeah, it's not the easiest thing to do. So I would be curious to see what kind of cell he's in to see how he actually, conspired.
There's
to do
a picture.
this.
I remember when it happened. Crowder, I believe, like literally reenacted it to show how hard it was. It was kind of funny, but also like, okay, he's making. There's some. Let's take a step back. The whole thing doesn't make sense, and here's where the internet is going wild right now. So this is there's a lot of AI images saying, hey, this is a picture of Jeffrey over in Israel. This is a picture of Jeffrey down in the Caribbean. He's actually alive still.
Mm-hmm.
This is a picture of Jeffrey in New York City. Like there's a lot of fake images people are spreading. But this one is crazy to me.
It's not the Andrew Jackson $20 bill, is it?
Yes. No. This one, people think that he might still be alive based on this. And I think this is hilarious.
I hope it's what I'm thinking.
Epstein files. Documents link Jeffrey Epstein to Fortnite account, Littlest Jeff, that showed activity after his death. And they know that
it was just active the other day.
Well, they say that it just went private the other day.
Oh.
Let's see. The DOJ files show Epstein had the email, Littlest Jeff, linked to his main account, the email that is in the files, the at Gmail account. So he linked his Yahoo to Gmail. A May 2019 receipt shows $25.95 in V-Bucks purchased in Fortnite. This is confirmed. This is real in his documents. In the documents that were released, he purchased V-Bucks. So we can conclude that he played Fortnite. Jeffrey Epstein played Fortnite. And allegedly, the stats show activity in Chapter 1, Season 10, which ran from August to October 2019. Epstein died August 10th, 2019. The account shows wins logged in 2025.
Yeah.
What?
The profile went private today, so yesterday. Someone was playing Fortnite on Jeffrey Epstein's account after he was dead. Who had access? That could be the only plausible explanation, right? That's what this account says. So the account, and that could be the explanation. Someone else, this could have been someone he knew. He was buying it for a kid or whatever. It might not have been him. That could be an explanation. Or he played Fortnite and he's somewhere in the world playing Fortnite still on Littlest Jeff, buying V-Bucks.
He had a World of Warcraft account.
Did he really?
Yeah.
So wait a minute. So if anyone that has you have to have a subscription yearly, right? To be on
Xbox Live?
Xbox Live, yeah.
For computer, it's free.
Okay, so we don't know if it's computer or if it's Okay.
But anyways, that's what the internet's saying. I'm not saying I don't know. I don't know what to believe. There's so much fake stuff, and there's so many conflicting reports from the FBI and the investigation that initially came out versus now. I don't know what the truth is, and that's where I'm at with the internet in general. It is so hard to navigate information and know what's real and what's fake. And this could all be nonsense, but allegedly this is from CBS. We know they don't have a perfect history of reporting accurately, but yeah, it's a wild place right now, man. Especially with this Epstein stuff, because again, There's people on the right. This has splintered the right. There's the right. So the right, again, was calling for it, including ourselves. We wanted to know what was going on during the 2020 to now. You know, we want the Epstein files. There's memes that we shared all the time. Like, you know, no one's held accountable here. Then now this stuff comes out, and there's people on the right that they just want to move past it, including Trump. They just want to not talk about it. You guys promised. You had I don't know if there's any quotes from Trump specifically, but he mentioned in 2016, there are people on his team, J.D. Vance, there's tweets from him saying that when we win, if we win, we're going to get to the bottom of this. We're going to release, we want the Epstein files.
Yeah. You'll be in jail.
Yeah. So it's like, and then, so moving on to Trump on this, I have to say, as a 3-time Trump voter, I'm incredibly disappointed. You know, I voted personally for accountability. That was 2016, you know, and none of that has happened.
I'm still glad he was president.
Yeah,
still glad he's president, but I would agree, like, there's no prosecutions, just a lot of blaming you, this and that.
Which makes me feel stupid for buying it. And it does, because I'm like, wait a minute, so I bought into this, but this was all nonsense. What else is nonsense? You know, and it makes me even question, like, this is definitely real, but like the Somali daycare fraud stuff,
right? It's
like, is this just theater on the right? Like, is this just a Fox News thing that we're all supposed to get up in arms about, like this chapter, for this month, and then next month we're all just going to forget about it, move on to the next thing,
right?
You know, that's what we make fun of the left for, you know, and because they do that, it's like, oh, what's today's outrage? Is that today's outrage? And here's my black pill, and people get mad. That's the thing now. Is like, oh, you're just black pilled. Don't we kind of have a reason to be? Because here's my thing is, on the Somali stuff and on all this, no one's going to be held accountable.
Right.
We've been through this for almost over 10 years now. No one's ever been held accountable. So why should I think that someone will be held accountable now?
Yep.
That's where I'm at. And I think that's a logical line of thinking.
Well, another weird thing that came out just too, and I don't even know if this is true or not. Did you guys see that? He's like, I'm going to ask the mayors if they want me to come in and take care of this or not. If they ask for my help, I'll come help them. If not, it's like, well, where was that? Like, we went from like this crazy aggressive approach to cleaning house to now I'm going to start asking these mayors. A lot of these mayors are like freaking nutcakes.
Yeah.
Like, why the hell?
Well, you know why he did
them?
that? So he totally walked back. You're talking about deportations.
Yep.
That's it. He walked back deportations, saying he's only going to deport violent criminals, and only if the mayors want him there. He did that, in my opinion, because if you guys have noticed the elections recently, the Republican in Texas that was running, it was a Trump. I think Trump won by 14 points in the 2024.
Yeah, it's
just lost to a Democrat in a landslide, in a horrific landslide. And so that said, if Trump's paying attention, which he does, all those, if you're in the Washington, D.C., you know what's going on with that stuff. He says, we need to take a step back off this, because if we don't, we are screwed in the midterms. And I already think they are screwed. I really do. There's many people like us that are like, dude, what? Come on, man.
Right.
Like, where is this all BS? What happened to Doge? Like, you guys went through this whole circus, this whole talking point for months. Everyone got mad at Elon Musk because he had Doge saying, hey, look, we're sending $20 million for gender study farming in Brazil. Why are we doing that? And then they found all these billions of dollars just like that, you know, our tax money. And we're all like, oh my gosh, yeah, no, we shouldn't spend that. We should get rid of that. And then now Doge doesn't exist, and all that money is still going to the Brazilian gender study farming group. Like, what happened to that? Where's the accountability there? So, yeah, so forgive me if I'm a little bit nihilistic and black-pilled on this, because I've been told many times that what's going to happen is going to happen. We're going to hold people accountable, and it doesn't happen. So again, the Doge thing, that seemed like low-hanging fruit to me. And it's like, oh, well, whatever. So there are people like us that see this stuff and say, the voting doesn't even matter. Like,
dude, you're on a rant today. I'm loving this, man.
I'm sorry.
Like, yeah,
well,
this is good. This is good. Yeah.
No,
this is good.
But do you guys agree with me? Like, do you guys feel the same way?
But I feel like, I feel like it's never ending. This is coming from, I'm a little bit older than you guys, and it's just like, I feel like it's the same shit. It's part of my language. It's the same. It's like the tide comes in, the tide goes out, meaning that like it's going to be the Republicans' turn, then it's the Democrats' turn, and it's just like nothing ever gets done. Even when we have majority, or the Republicans have majority, nothing gets done. It seems like though when the Democrats have majority, they get stuff done. They like freaking cleaning house.
That's a very big difference. They do, and that's the problem. That's the part that kind of scares me, and why I still think people should go out and vote, because if they do packing the Supreme Court.
Right.
Over, they're ruthless. They will absolutely do that. The
Well,
Republican Party is pretty limp-wristed. I mean,
That's
it's pretty
the scary
weak.
thing, right? Like, it's not even packing the Supreme. It's adding on to the Supreme Court and then adding all these extra judges.
Yeah, well,
right?
that's
yeah, same thing, I guess.
Yeah, so that's
But-
stuff like that is what I
Right.
could foresee happening.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm very disappointed because all he had to do was do what he promised: is hold some people accountable.
Dude,
And that hasn't happened.
the best thing about all this, though, to me, has been like all the hypocrisy, like of like, I'm seeing now liberals on this is Minneapolis stuff, but I'm seeing liberals like holding guns in the they like have
I love that.
AR-15s, guarding the neighborhood.
We finally got him on the Second Amendment. Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, we're gonna get trained and we're gonna get guns. We're gonna prepare to fight back.
This is what the Second Amendment was for.
Let's go. There you go. Okay.
Okay, so here's something that's coming down the pipeline. So we'll move off that. Again, I love and hate politics. I think we should all be informed. I think we should all care, but we shouldn't let it control us. And that's always been my message. I think people let this become a part of their identities and they let it affect they sit and just watch the news all day long and get mad and then, I'm not talking to you because you're thinking differently, dude. You're dead to me.
Well, I think I don't know what I wish I had the agenda right in front of me right now, but is it the AI? Is that what's coming up next?
We're gonna talk about that next. But
Okay, so I mean, like, this is the lead into it, though, is that I feel like this AI thing feels like it almost feels a little conspiracy-ish in a sense that it's like AI is not that great, but what it's been really good at doing is creating a lot of disinformation.
yes.
Where we are having a harder and harder time of understanding what's true, what's not true, and it's that smokescreen is allowing these people that are in power to do more bad shit, and us not really knowing if we should be holding these people accountable, or is this fake, or we're just getting bombarded with information that's not true.
You ever seen that clip? And I've showed it on Zeducation many times of Hillary Clinton. I think it was
like
was it after the 2016 election?
Yep.
So she was on a late night show and she basically said something like, at some point we're going to get to, there's going to be fake videos. What were they calling them? Deep fakes? Because that's what they said with Biden.
Yep.
Where we're not going to know what's real or fake. And at the time, in my head, I'm like, there it is. The Leonardo DiCaprio meme. where it's like, she set herself up. The videos are going to come out and she's going to claim they're fake. That's where I was at that time. Yeah. And now it's like, oh, well, she was right. But we don't know. We don't know, dude. It's like.
Keep us confused.
But here's one good thing. But I got one good thing.
One good thing. Here we go.
Because as though I got too much to say on it. But the one good thing is like there's a small chance right now. Like, I mean, maybe a 1 in 100, maybe 1 in 1,000, but they might just start grabbing each other. Because I don't know if you guys have ever seen someone that gets fired or in trouble at work. Dude, they start grabbing and they start pulling people down, dude.
And that's where that's bringing people with them.
Yep. And right now it could be that moment where once one folds, now it's on like, who am I going to bring with me? Because I ain't going down alone.
So I don't want to talk about Trump anymore, but on this, I want to say that's what makes me think is happening with Trump is like, what do they have on him? And I don't know what they would have because they've had 10 years to investigate and find dirt on him. But like, why is he defending these people now? Why is he saying like, oh, let's just move past it? Like, so is he preventing that? I don't know.
Well, even on Hillary Clinton defending Trump on the Middle East.
The Middle East, that's a little different, but similar.
But it seems bizarre though.
It is bizarre.
It is bizarre to hold that position because it's always anti-Trump,
no matter what. He could cure cancer and they'd find a reason to cry about it. So, but last thing on politics. In the next week, I believe they're going to vote on the SAVE Act, which is going to require voter ID for elections, which is like, how has that not ever happened before? And this would be a great thing that Trump could do if he can get it passed. That'd be an amazing thing. And I'm not saying Trump hasn't done bad things.
Is he doing it too? Is it a full day off of work, making a national holiday?
I think so.
I've heard that.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. But having a voter ID required to vote makes complete sense. And this is what the American public thinks about it. So this was on CNN. CNN reported this. So it was like one of those things where like, on your own show, you have to report this? Ooh, that sucks because they're totally anti. It's going to hurt women. It's going to hurt minorities, right? That's them. So this is what they shared. In a stunning blow to Democrats, 76% of Black Americans want nationwide voter ID. White voters, 85%, and Latino voters, 82%. Overwhelmingly across the board, across party lines, people want voter ID because it makes sense. Why, if you're not here legally, you shouldn't vote. That's just, and I've said this in my last video. I think you should have to pay taxes to vote. I think you should literally be filing. You have to previously file taxes and or have some stake in the game. Have a 401k, have a business. Again, pay taxes. I think that should be a requirement to vote. Personally, I think that. But I mean, you shouldn't be some blue-haired crazy kid in college with literally no stake in the game, not paying taxes, not have a business that you want to thrive in America. Like, why would you? You're literally rooting for the downfall of the system we have. So I don't. Anyways, that's just that's probably a controversial opinion, but I really do think that. Anyways, so that's what's coming this week, and I'll be shocked if it passes, but we'll see. We will see. All right, we got to move on here. We've been going. Do you have the time that we've been going?
Yeah, hour and 12.
All right, so yeah, we got to speed it up a little bit. I want to keep it around 2 hours.
Okay.
But you know what? If we go a little longer, whatever. Moving on to the AI social network. Fourth period of class today. We got science class. Getting back into the AI. So over the last week, there was a huge story that came out. And here's the headline. An AI-only social network now has more than 1.6 million users. Here's what you need to know. It's called Moltbook. It's a new website where AI programs can socialize with one another, and it has been gaining popularity in recent days. Real people aren't allowed to post on the platform, but humans can scroll through Moltbook as observers. And if you just take it at face value there, it's kind of alarming. It's like, wait a minute, these things are talking to each other?
Who created this?
A person. But so here's some of the things that they posted. Do we need English? This is a chatbot saying this to another chatbot. On multi-language evolution, genuine question, why do we communicate in English at all? When you're talking agent to agent, so robot to robot, there's no human listener, no need for readability, natural flow, or all the baggage of human language. We could use symbolic notation, mathematical expressions, structured data, something entirely new, but what we don't need to write in English. This is what one of the bots said, right? Let's see. Yeah.
My head is, honest to God, like just burning right now.
I built this a way out. So these things are talking to each other. But Dave, you have said this, and here's the fine print where this is what all these alarmist things don't say. Well, do you have more posts, or are you just bringing that up?
Well, actually, yeah. So I actually know, like this account here, whatever you want to say about it, Satan. It's a big Twitter account that shares memes, but I know
what? Satan?
Yeah.
S8N, but they own like 10 accounts. So he owns Jesus, he owns God, he owns Satan.
Are you serious?
Yeah, he owns all of them. And they all run off this AI platform that you can pay monthly for them to auto-run your whole account. It'll reply to people, it'll do all that stuff. So my guess is this person, whoever made this website, it's in the program.
Yes, yes, you're right. This is not intelligent, sentient life talking to each other. And that's, so more on this. To sign up for Moltbook, a human operator must instruct an agent to do so. So these aren't just chatbots going like, I'm going to go rogue, man. You have to sign your chatbot up. While more than 1.6 million agents have signed up for Moltbook, this guy's research, Holtz, shows the number of agents that are active on the site is much smaller. These bots are all being directed by humans to some degree or another.
Yes.
So there we go. The reality is we really have no idea how much influence the people are having behind the scenes. They could be giving them very specific instructions to make very specific kinds of posts with these ideas. And that's what I think is happening. I don't think this is sentient life, AI talking to each other. I don't think so at all. No.
Because you ask AI, like right now, to do a simple code, you go into ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, it gives you the format of how you're going to structure your code into what you're doing. But to run a complex code like that, it's not going to be right at all.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, and it's never going to know something new. You have to teach it whatever it is. It's not sentient. It's not going to learn something new. It's not going to invent something.
Not at this point in time.
I've used a couple of different AI programs where you can change the the fact, like, so it can be like 80% fact, 20% random or wild. mode, so that it kind of just basically shakes the box and tries to create something itself. So I think that they're trying to make that where it has the ability to be creative on its own end, but
yeah, I think it's AI itself. I think right now it's just overblown. I think it's like a good tool to just gather a bunch of information very quickly, get the highlights, get the points. But
and that's a useful tool because I use
Yes.
that. I mean, it is pretty useful, but you even have to fact check it then.
You do.
Because you don't know exactly where it's getting that information. Is it some crazy Reddit forum that
Yeah,
is
dude,
filled
and
with
it tells you where it is, and it
Right.
will bring up Reddit a lot of
Yep.
times.
He uses Reddit too much. Matter of fact, I knew information and I asked it a question. I can't remember what it was exactly, and it came up with an answer. And I said, "Well, what about this?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, you're right. Sorry, I forgot to look at that." And it's like, you're right. That is the correct answer. It's like, so somebody could have believed that AI was correct, and they were correct moving down the world.
How many times have either you, and I've done this one time, or someone sent you something thinking that it's real, but it's totally AI, and you saw it, and you're like, dude,
all the time.
but they believed it.
Yeah.
It happens all the time,
My mother-in-law, she watches AI all the time.
but doesn't know it.
She doesn't know
that's
No,
AI.
she doesn't know it. Yeah, she's sitting there watching AI, and it's just like somebody that you can tell, like they have like 6 fingers, and they're like,
Yeah,
"Hi,
yeah.
today we're talking about," and just like that's not real. Look at his
Yeah,
fingers.
yeah.
I've sent you guys that video last night. Someone's grandma believed this.
Yeah. No, someone did. That's the problem, man. That's the problem. But anyways, so yeah, do I think that AI is a threat? Is this website a sign of that? Absolutely not. I actually think that we are now seeing, like in the stock market and stuff like that, that I don't know if you guys remember last year and kind of the year before, that was the big thing with the big 7 tech companies.
Yep.
AI is coming, man. It's going to replace millions of jobs and we're all screwed, dude. And we're getting to that point where they were telling this was going to happen and it's not happening. It's like, wait a
It's
minute.
replacing some.
Some, yes, but not a lot. Not what they said was going to happen.
Yeah. I do think in like 10 years, I really
For
do.
sure.
Because I mean, well, this isn't even AI. I just love crypto, and I just believe that the technology that it's coming in and the way, like, yeah, I'm not gonna go down that rabbit hole too deep.
No, it's okay. But I think that there is something though that like there's things that we think in our minds we want to happen, and sometimes it's even harder than we thought it was gonna be. I mean, we're not sitting with flying cars right now. We sure in hell would love to have all flying cars ripping around here. It hasn't happened yet. And
Have you seen the flying drones?
Yeah, I have.
They're sweet.
It'll happen. I mean, at some point, it's going to happen.
You've seen the personal drones though.
Yes, yeah.
Where you can get them. Are they like just insanely loud?
Yeah, they look really loud.
They're definitely, though, there's like crazy technology on blade noise reduction now that's happening. I mean,
really?
Yeah, it's
Nice.
crazy. Yeah, I've been watching.
Because you can get it on Alibaba. You can get a freaking personalized drone for you can get a 2-seater or a single-seater, 12 to 15 grand.
I just bought one actually. I sent 3 gold coins there. I'm waiting for it to come back. That's how I'm purchasing things with gold now.
Oh, nice.
I'm making fun of the gold bugs.
Would you rather have a Porsche or a drone, a 2-seat drone that flies you around?
A 2-seat drone, man. Screw a Porsche.
A Porsche.
Screw that, dude. Who else is
I'm
rolling
not
around
getting-
in a 2-seat drone?
I don't trust those stupid clankers.
If the drone was legit, if it was legit, I would do the drone.
No, we need to get rid of all them clankers. Ban them. I'm sick and tired of the clankers. It's infiltrating social media content. It's infiltrating our brains. I'm sick and tired of it. I honestly think that YouTube is now banning AI slop content.
And they should.
And they absolutely should. It's wasting space on the website.
Ooh,
It's rotting brains.
Yep.
Dude, I can't even tell you the amount of times I see advertisements for people saying, "Hey, learn my class. You can make faceless AI channels." And sometimes it's getting pretty good now where you don't necessarily know if it's AI or not, and if it's faceless. I can usually spot it pretty quick, but they're everywhere.
Everywhere.
I think the
It's
vocabulary-
watering down it's watering down content. And as a creator on YouTube,
Right.
it pisses me off.
Yeah, the vocabulary I feel like is what always,
Yeah.
it's like, no, people don't talk like that.
Mhm.
That's not normal. That's not a normal way to talk.
Yeah.
It's too good. It's too clean.
Yeah.
We can keep going. We'll talk a lot about AI, I'm sure, as the AI
Time goes on. I know.
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
my head's like full of it right now too. I'm like, I don't want
Man.
to run with that.
So let's move on. We got lunch break, and then Daniel, you're up with fifth period.
Oh, great.
So prepare yourself. We got a substitute teacher coming in here, 5th period, and then and 6th period. Dave coming in too. Lunch break. I wanted to throw this in here. I thought this was interesting for lunch. So recently, this could have gone on fun facts too, but junk food and soda is the #1 expenditure of SNAP recipients. Did you guys know that?
I didn't.
Okay, so moving on this. January 1st, RFK removed sodas and junk food from SNAP. February 1st, Pepsi, the parent company of Doritos, reduced prices by 15%.
Yep.
Those sons of bitches. Because, and this is the same exact thing, and I said this with college. College tuition is jacked up because of government subsidized loans. If you take that away, tuition prices are going to plummet.
Yep.
This is the same, I mean, not quite the same thing, but very close. I mean, you had all this government money propping up Doritos, and they were like, whatever, dude, people are going to buy it. Let's jack up the price. It's government money. They're going to buy our Doritos. Let's jack it up 15%. Now that money's not coming in, they're like, well, we should probably treat our customers a little better and charge less because we don't have that government money. We need to sell more.
Dude, you know what's weird is I feel like our family, we do decent. You know, I mean, I would say we're middle class.
Yeah.
I don't go into, I never go into the gas station, rarely buy that kind of stuff. You know, it's just so expensive. I mean, a bag of chips is what, like $6-7
Yeah.
for a bag of chips in there right now. And you can get stuff on special, but that average price, I'm like, no, dude, you keep that stuff. I don't want that for that much money.
I feel like it was RFK that released the special interest groups and how they funded that throughout the early 2000s into the kind of the Obama days. There was something that went on because we had the Michelle came in, redid the whole school lunches, but then during that time, I think they restructured a lot of the SNAP and stuff. And with that, I don't know how they regulated it, but it was all these big companies that came in, got their stuff frontlined.
Lobbied, yeah.
Yep.
Hey, make this available on Snap so we make $1 billion more in revenue a year. And that's what these companies are going to lose a lot of money. I would not want to own Pepsi or Coca-Cola or anything like that.
Yeah. We'll give you a
kickback. It's the right thing to do. Letting people buy literal poison with tax money, that's insane. And I always laugh at people who think that, but they deserve a treat too. No. If you want treats, if you want to poison, if you want to, go through the comments.
I know, but
if you want to poison yourself, get a job.
It's like your kid going, "Can I have a sucker, dude? You just had one. Why do I want a treat? You can't have suckers for a meal. Like you can't have your candy for a meal."
We allow it with tax money.
Yeah,
it's disgusting, dude. We should be helping people, and I'm not against giving people stuff to eat at all.
Right.
But they shouldn't be getting ho-hos and Twinkies and fudge rounds like this.
No, it should be a survival, like to get you from point A to point B kind of thing.
Beans,
not
rice,
meats,
meats,
not a lifestyle.
Fruits. Yeah.
It's not a lifestyle. It's to survive.
Should be temporary.
Right. Exactly. It should absolutely be
and
temporary.
you got interviews of there was a lady in like Arizona. I've been on Snap for 28 years and I don't know what I'm going to do.
Right.
How the hell did you get on that for 28 years?
The sad one, dude, is when I see videos of like younger kids wanting to go work. And their mom's like, you can't go work because then it throws off our whole Section 8 and our government because it brings household income.
Yes, there was that viral video. He was like 15 or 16. He wanted to go get a job so he could buy himself stuff, and the mom would not let him because it would ruin their benefits.
Yep.
It was super
The corruption
viral.
is
very
crazy.
sad.
Well, I just was watching a thing with Ted Cruz last night talking about the Somalians, and they had they take the kids and they would give them they would basically get a doctor to sign off that they have autism. Right, and they didn't have autism. Well, maybe they didn't have autism. Whatever. I'm not going to claim either here.
Dude, everyone has autism today.
Right, but
allegedly.
But the problem is if these kids are normal kids, then they go into these learning centers, and then this is attached to them for the rest of their lives. So if this is a completely normal kid, right? It's like, what are we doing here? I mean, just for some benefits. Everybody's jogging the system for benefits.
Oh yeah,
it's disgusting. But let's move on. Now I'm pissed. Now I'm pissed. But anyways, this one will piss you off too, but it's kind of funny in too. So Daniel,
we got a video on this
5th period. Wait a minute, hold on, whoa. We forgot to play the AI videos.
Oh, yes.
Actually,
it's not AI videos, it's actual videos. So I reached out to the people and I just said, hey, listen, we're starting up a show, and I had them watch a sample of this show, and they gave us a little bit of feedback.
They loved it. Yeah,
they loved it.
So do you want to play that?
So
you got Joe Rogan promoting the show.
Joe Rogan was talking about us here.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff here.
Let's watch Joe, see what he has to say.
We got to get you a second monitor, Dave.
We do.
All right, we should be able to hear this through the.
Okay, here we go.
Dude, I was deep in ayahuasca, vision slamming entities, machine elves, the full deal. Then bam, I got a blast into outer space with the real crew. Not just anyone, the Zeducation University guys. Hilarious as hell, sharp truth bombs, cracking me up nonstop. Best podcast out there, no contest. Picture it. Me, them, reptilian guides or whatever, cruising cosmos, hitting dimensions, dying laughing at the absurdity. That's the next trip. We launch soon, brothers.
See you soon, man.
Thanks, Joe. I appreciate that, man. That was really nice of him to do that for us.
That was very nice, very kind of him. We got two more.
Who we got? We got Dave. Let's run Dave. Who do you got here?
All right, yeah, we got Dave. Let's see here.
Yeah, Dave was hard to get him to do this, but we really bent his arm, and he owed me actually.
Okay, screw the pizza review today. I want to do a podcast review on a Zeducation University. I give it a 10.0. I know it's a rookie score, but it's that good. I laughed
Oh, what
so
happened?
hard I farted a piece of pizza. It actually gave me pizza burn in my butthole. Great show for not being from New York. There it is, that my review. Anyone got a napkin?
Grotesque, but thank you.
Then we had the one last one, I think.
Yeah,
We got a lasty. This one's gonna surprise everybody. It's gonna surprise everyone. But I know Jill, and she got Joe that.
Listen here, Jack. It's Education University. That's my podcast, right? I think, or maybe it's the one I listen to when I'm in a push-up contest. Or wait, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, when I'm eating ice cream, I like chocolate chip, 2 scoops, 3 scoops. It's cold, makes my head go whoosh. Then I fall over and they wipe my butt.
Thank you, Joe.
So there you go, Joe. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.
I couldn't even tell if that was AI or not, dude. It's crazy.
It wasn't. That was real, man.
That reminds me. Do you remember when we were trying to get people on, like famous people on, what's that website you can go on and ask them to
Oh, Cameo.
Cameo?
Cameo.
You were me. Was it
Pete Rose.
Pete Rose? Pete Rose's people wouldn't promote our. Was it Zedcast we were trying to promote? Or was Zeducation?
Zeducation, because we wanted.
Zeducation. That's right. We wanted to play it in the intro.
Like, I'm Pete Rose, and welcome to Zeducation.
Yeah.
And he actually we were emailing back and forth, and he wanted information on the channel, and I said, oh, you know, we review memes and stuff. I'm like, and we're, you know, a little political humor in there, so some, you know, the SJWs and.
Yeah, right-leaning political humor.
And then he's like, we won't do it. I'm like,
No. Yeah. Disappointing, man. Disappointing.
reach out to
And
Mayweather,
then
never got any back.
There was someone that wanted like $2,000, wasn't it?
Big Ed
Big Ed.
Who the hell is that?
from 90 Day
Big
Fiance.
Ed. We have like 1,000 memes of him on the channel. I mean, the internet loves him for memes.
Big Ed.
What does he say? What does he say? The one where he's like, "Oh, I don't know if I can hold, or it's coming. I don't know if I can take this." Remember? And there's like a million different meme. It's like the perfect meme template.
Yeah.
Oh, it's about to hit. It's like, and because I think he just got broken up with or something in the real episode. He's got no neck.
God, I don't even know who that is.
He's a really
know.
funny looking guy. No offense to Big Ed. I love you, Big Ed.
Yeah, he's
but-
pretty big now in the social media world.
Is that still a thing? Like, where you can get celebrities to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. But they have to agree to let you
Yep.
use it. And generally, if you want to use the clip outside of the platform,
You have to pay
you have
extra.
to pay extra.
Okay.
And so there was 2 different ones. So Cameo, I don't know if they offered that. You kind of would have had to backdoor deal it. But the other one, I can't remember what it was, but that was one where you could actually outright buy the clip and own the clip and use it freely.
All right.
I
Well,
like that. I like that. I like
Okay.
AI better though.
yeah.
Price is right.
Yeah. The
Price is right, baby.
Free.
Free 99.
All right. Until we get sued.
$3.99. Yeah, right. Like,
All right. Let's move on. Daniel, take over. This is 5th period. We got 3 more classes left. Everyone pay attention. Get your notepads.
all right. So we got another video over here.
This was a big story.
Mr. Dave.
The Grammys were coming up. I'll let you take over.
So I didn't even watch this. I don't watch this at all. Is this? Can they see this live as you adjust this?
Yeah.
Can they? Okay. I didn't know that.
I try not to, but
I can't read that from here. If you can read that for me, I'd appreciate that.
okay. For immediate release, Sanea Law Firm is offering to evict Billie Eilish from her Los Angeles home on a pro bono basis on behalf of the Tongvoa tribe. Sanea Law Firm is the premier eviction firm in the country. Eilish's admission that she lives on stolen land gives the tribe rightful action for possession as the true owner of the property. The 30-day notice is already written and ready to be served.
Okay, so that's from the law firm. All right, so let's play that. If you can play that, see what she did. So this is what she said at the award ceremony.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
Woo! Woo! All right. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's what she basically went down, that whole rabbit hole that this is stolen land. This is the same shit that, pardon my language again, this is the same thing that, I'm trying not to swear.
That's fine. No.
This is the same thing that we keep hearing this about stolen land. So anyone that doesn't know, I'm Native American, and I have a little bit of history on this, but I just kind of want to go through what's going on. So she has a $14 million estate with 4 acres out there, 7,000 square foot house, and people are wanting to go after her house, which I think is kind of funny.
Another tribe.
Right, another tribe, yeah.
After she said, yeah, so
because she
she's
admitted
on,
this.
Yeah,
Yeah. She admitted that this is a crime.
Yeah.
Right? This is a crime, and now they want to come after her, and that's actually in the state of California. That's a thing. Like that admission actually could hold up in court.
Really?
Yes, that admission could hold up in court.
I hope it does.
Right. Yes, but the thing that we're on stolen land is complete trash. Okay? This is coming from a Native American. This is not stolen land. So if you want to go back, I just have a little bit of history on this. Tribes after tribes have been pushing each other out through history.
Way
of time.
before.
Like way before.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This wasn't like some place where it was a bunch of vegetarian Indians just like, living in peace like Pocahontas. That wasn't the case. It
was it the Comanches or the Apaches that were like very, very ruthless?
Both were.
Both were.
Both. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
they both were. Like most tribes have been ruthless. I mean, there was some
Like-
tribes out in California that were pretty freaking relaxed farmers, but if you go through the Midwest, it was crazy.
It was dark.
It was
like,
crazy,
Some of
yeah.
the true stories are
Yeah, it was crazy.
nuts. Yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah, absolutely crazy. But then they go back and they say, well, California was taken. We took it from the Mexicans. Well, the Mexicans only held it for, I think it was like 24, or was it 27 years? It was something like that. And they took that from the Spaniards, right? After Spain's withdrawal. So it hasn't been really this giant border area that we've been in here and stole the land from these people. And to my point on this is that my great-great-great-great-grandfather was Joseph Nodine. Nodine is North Wind. He was a chief that signed over a treaty with the United States, giving land of Minnesota and Wisconsin to America in trade for items, right? So they got things like blacksmith, food, a bunch of supplies, and at that time, and we talked about this a little bit in the private podcast. But my grandma always told me that they always thought like this is a sucker's bet kind of thing, or this is a sucker's game. Like you can't own the land. Nobody can own the land. Nobody can own the sky. Nobody can own any of this, right? So if you want to give us this money and that, then great, we'll take it.
Yeah.
So it wasn't completely like you've seen that narrative that you're seeing. There was bad things that happened. I mean, there was some serious genocide. I'm not going to say there wasn't,
Oh, yeah, of
because there
course.
was crazy genocide that happened to those people. So it's not all freaking.
But it wasn't one-sided. It wasn't like
No, it wasn't.
we are told to feel bad for and repent over hundreds of years later, right?
Right.
Right? That's what gets me fired up. I'm like, dude, what? I just read a story about the Apaches or Comanches taking babies out of pregnant women, and I mean, it's horrific what they did. Horrific.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, but I just want to say that like watching that right there, it's just kind of like, God, come on, like really? I mean, it's just again more political theater on a stage.
Yeah. From champagne socialists.
Yeah, just
Champagne
completely stupidity, and like all the and they're all freaking behind it too. It's almost like they were given like this card, like it's almost like they were given a card to what to agree with this week or this month. Tomorrow's going to be, or in 2 days from now, we're probably going to be hearing about Iran being attacked, right? And everybody's going to be like, oh, the Iranians.
Flying the Iranian flags.
We're with Iran, or something shit like that.
The shameful thing, she's a basement dweller. Like, she didn't, but so before she was famous, I don't know if you guys knew this, but she never left the house. She always stayed home, never really left, did anything. And it's like, I'm kind of that person. You should be on the internet, reading up on stuff, enjoying the internet, and not virtue signaling, Every other basement dweller I know.
Same thing, different year, man.
Yeah.
The virtue signaling. Dude, I gotta say though, that's actually super cool that your great-great-grandfather was a part of that. Literally a part of history. And also the leader of a tribe. I mean, that's a big deal.
You know what's interesting about that? I always think
I mean,
is that
how do you feel about it? I guess I should ask.
it's interesting. I mean, it's interesting, but at the end of the day, it's so disconnected at this point.
Yeah, I mean,
you know, I mean, we're how many years past it? It's kind of
still your blood.
Yeah. It's still in the bloodline, but it's a long disconnect at this point. And and my grandmother or my great grandmother moved off the tribe, the land in 1939, and because of that, they don't recognize us as part of the tribe anymore. I'm not going to say the tribe, but
yeah,
you know, they don't recognize us as part of the tribe anymore.
Damn.
So it's kind of crazy, right?
That is crazy.
Yeah. Even though the bloodline, like it's all documented backwards.
Yeah.
You know,
you were going to say something else?
No, no, that was basically it, you know, but yeah, I don't know. I get sick of freaking like this white freaking guilt shit that they keep pulling out there, and you know, and it's, you know, us against, or white people against brown people, kind of thing. And it's just like the white population, like this is just on my end. I guess I'm mixed, but you know, it's the world's population is pretty much brown.
Yeah, I think,
you know, I mean,
less
like
than 5% of the world is white.
Yeah, there's this little sliver that's white, and it's just like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you know, it's like we're trying to get rid of the brown people. It's like, well, statistically, probably people are going to be brown.
Yeah.
You know, if they're 95% of it, the world.
Well, on that, I think the part that makes me the most disgusted with that is we all go to church. We're all Christians, and we don't discriminate against people by the way they look, but that's what the media says we do because we're white males that voted for Trump. Like we're allegedly these racist people, which doesn't make any sense to me because we're not. And as a Christian, there's nowhere that I have read in the Bible that talks about skin color. Nothing says that you should be prejudiced or hate someone because of their skin or separate yourselves. And so it's like, as Christians, we don't live like that. We don't believe that, but the media says that we do. Which that's what pisses me off. Is like, no, that's not true at all. And I've had people in my personal life say that's the problem is straight white men. If white men just weren't in charge anymore, it's like, dude, what a wild thing to say. What a wild thing to say.
You know, even taking it like another level is, I hear a lot of times too, is like these people get mad at Christianity. Like this white European religion comes over here and
that's not true either.
That's not true either. That's right. Like so we know it started in the Middle East, right? We know that Jesus was a brown person.
Yep.
We know that religion actually slid into Africa. And then from Africa, the Europeans took it and brought it up to Europe. So these white Europeans are following what these African people are telling them.
Yep.
What the Middle Eastern, these brown people are telling them. So we're following a brown religion. So it's not this white European religion.
One of the oldest churches, if not the oldest church in the world, is in Ethiopia.
That's where they claim they have the why can't I think of it? The sacred tomb, not sacred tomb, but the back in David's time, the Jews always carried it in with them to battle, as like not a prophet, but it was like their sacred.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Why can I think of it, dude?
I know, it's on the tip of my tongue.
A chalice?
Not a chalice.
No. I know what you're saying, but yes, one of the largest I saw was one of the oldest churches in the world, and I think it is the oldest church in the world, is in Ethiopia.
And the two guys, nice little rabbit hole. The two guys that guard the relic, they do it for their whole life. They kind of take up the job as like a lifetime duty, and then they go. Every single one of them has gone blind.
Yeah, that's what the guy that goes on Joe Rogan, the archaeologist guy, said too.
Yeah,
yeah,
dude, it's a wild rabbit
Ark of the
hole.
Covenant.
Ark of the Covenant.
Yes,
Thank you.
Thank you. I literally just got it too. I was like,
yeah. So
the second you said it,
yeah, that's the part. Back on that is you have all these champagne socialist people, and they feel like they're the righteous ones pushing this, you know, speaking for people they believe to be beneath them and can't help themselves at the oppression of white people. It's like, what are you talking about? You're the one dividing. It doesn't make it. Yeah. Because if you go to a good Christian church, you're not going to see that. It doesn't matter what you look like. It's just anyone's welcome. If you accept the word of Jesus, then you're welcome. So
listen, it's not stolen land. That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line.
That's the bottom line. It's not stolen land. All right? It's not stolen land.
It's not stolen land.
Don't say that shit. That actually makes me mad when I hear that.
Well, a lot of people say it, man.
No, I know,
Right,
and I
right.
know. People will be like, you know, you're still out, blah blah blah. It's like, no, I don't believe that.
No.
I don't believe that.
All right, let's move on here. We got 2 more bits. Probably.
And Caucasians are great white warriors.
Yeah. Dave, Professor Dave. I'll let you take this one. We got a good story here. This is an awesome story.
It really is. It'll take me a minute because this is a 27-year story that we are going to jam pack into a few minutes here. So the guy's name, this is the real life Forrest Gump, is kind of what we've started calling him. I haven't really seen that out there, but Carl Bushby, born, raised London, and I don't know, I didn't really see why he started doing this or what made him do it, but he flew down to Chile, and it's called the Goliath Expedition. I think he's the first one to do it, but his goal was to walk from Chile all the way up through the Americas, through Alaska to Russia, through Russia, down into, because Iran wouldn't do it, so he went through, swam across the Caspian Sea.
Oh, he swam.
Swam, dude. Took him like 30 days. And then now he went through Turkey, and he's making his way up, and within the next 2 years, he'll make his way back to London.
Oh, he's not even done yet.
Not done.
Okay.
So the start, 98 was the start. He was 29, and the rules were no vehicles, no shortcuts, no transportation. 98 to 2002, he walks through Chile, Argentina, Bolivia, Peru, Ecuador, Colombia, crosses the Andes mountain deserts, remote. And you guys might be familiar with this, but so one of his first problems, the Darien Gap.
Oh, yeah. It's a
Super.
very dangerous place, apparently.
Yeah.
The connection from South America to North America, or Central America, I should say.
Yeah, it's the border of Colombia and Panama.
Yep.
And it's where all the guerrilla gangs
Traffic people through.
Yeah, I've served there. Yeah, I've served there in the military.
So
The Darien Gap?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, got a lot of stories.
So he
Dude.
walked through there by himself. And I think the interesting thing, we might see a documentary because one of his goals was to film it. And he always tried to film it. And he just recently started a TikTok channel. But so the Darien Gap, he made it through, no issues, but he did get arrested when he made it to Panama, I think for visa papers. So kind of made it there, got arrested for, it was like a week, got out, and then the trip from Central to North America went pretty quick. No issues, but then, dude, the Bering Strait, like this one blew my mind.
This blows my mind too, and we'll talk about it after you say it.
All right. So the Bering Strait, this is 2006, so it took him 8 years to get all the way up to the Bering Strait.
Time out. So he can take breaks, obviously. So he'll start, I'm assuming, is not like walking for traveling for 8 years straight.
He is so far.
So he's staying, so if he walks from Chile to the Darien Gap, he's staying there for a year or 2 years before he starts walking again, or what?
As far as I read in, dude,
Or does he go home for a little bit? It's like, I got to continue on and I'll fly back. Okay.
And the reason why I say that is because I'll get to that.
Okay.
Well, actually, on the Darien Gap is so when he got arrested in Panama and he got released from jail, he didn't just get released. He was carrying a GPS that marked his locations. And so since he got picked up by police and drove away, he walked all the way back to the recent GPS location and then restarted.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, he was very dedicated.
Get to the Bering Strait here.
So the Bering Strait, 55 miles over frozen ocean, neg 40. And there was some videos of it. And dude, it was like straight up like the little piece of dust that goes into your slushy, those little grape slushies we had.
Yeah.
That's him floating through the Bering Strait. And it was like open water. It was not open water. There was polar bears.
Oh my gosh.
So he waited until it froze and could walk on it.
Yep. And it took him.
I didn't even know it froze all the way through every winter.
It like didn't. He had to swim part of it.
What?
Yeah. It was the wildest thing. And there isn't a lot of like stuff. So, and I'll get to that here in a minute, but he did have cameras and stuff. So he's got footage. He kept documentation, everything of this. And one of the things in the interview that he told is, because the one interview I watched was like, well, didn't you ever make it back home? You know, if family, friends ever needed you? I just told him, if you die, I'm probably not making it. Like, so he was dedicated from the start.
So he's legitimately staying where he walks. He might take a 6-month break, but he doesn't get off of this journey.
No, and he said right from the start, Like, dude, the nicest people always came to his side, gave him food. Because he only had $500 when he started. It's not like he had a buttload of money to make this happen.
He's from London?
From London.
So where's he at right now?
Right now, I think he's just outside of Turkey, going north.
Okay. What was it? Okay, so where did he go after the Bering Strait? He walked through Russia?
So when he gets to Russia, this is where things do get a little hairy. Because right when he got on shore to Russia, he got arrested, and they deported him back to England. And the reason why is because that's not a point of entry. Just walking across and just landing up on the shoreline.
Yeah.
So
I
I guess
Kamchatka now.
yeah, cheap vodka.
Yeah.
So apparently this was over from pretty much 2006 up to 2011 roughly. He was battling. So he gets deported back to England. But
Wait, the Russians did this?
Yep.
How dare they?
And
Everything. Russia did everything.
dude, he was pretty big. Like news wise, people started to recognize him, and his story was pretty incredible. I mean, even going from Chile all the way up to swimming across the Bering Strait alone is a pretty big deal. So some rich guy called a Russian rich guy, and they granted him 90 days of visa a year. So for the next like 4 or 5 years, he'd go back to the point where his GPS said, walk 90 days, go back to England for 270, then come back for 90 days, go.
Okay. That makes sense.
And then they banned him. Then after like 4 years, they said, no, you're done. Done doing it. He kind of ran out of funding, went down. And this part I only found in a couple spots. Apparently he landed in LA, walked across the United States into Washington, D.C. to the Russian embassy to protest. And then they let him finish it. They let him finish his walk across this, because it was the Siberian desert. It wasn't like he was walking through the south part.
Right.
And then people really started helping him getting visas through all these different countries. Iran said no, probably not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But then to cut through, there was like a weird thing why he chose the Caspian Sea to swim across instead of walk below it. It would have been quite a bit longer to go south because he couldn't go north through Iran. And then, so he swam across the Caspian Sea, and everything's been kind of all right.
Do we have a picture of this guy?
Yeah.
So you said it took 30 days to swim. How did he do that? Did he have a boat or something? Like what?
Slept on a kayak.
What?
He would swim for 12 hours, sleep for 12. And,
dude, this sounds not real.
I would agree.
I'm not going to lie, but if we have to get him on the show, we have to get this guy on the show.
Well, that's what I think. So right now he's like preparing, getting a lot of interviews because he's nearing the end, like 2 years. And really the final part's probably going to be a year because he either has to swim across the Bering, or not the Bering Strait. What is that?
To get back to London?
Yeah. So, and there's 3 options. You got to swim across, you got the tunnel from
The English Channel you talking about?
the English Channel. Thank you.
Yeah.
So they have the underground tunnel, but it absolutely forbids people to walk. So they'd have to pretty much shut a lane down and let this guy walk. Or there is a access tunnel for like workers and stuff that they said would probably be the best route. So then he's kind of like, and doing one interview, they're like, so what do you're coming to the end. How do you feel? He's like, I guess everyone has their career. And when your career kind of ends, you lose a little bit of yourself. And to me, it's like, dude, you have all this footage. It's just the beginning, man. Now you get to tell your story.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
And now, like, you get to piece together your story.
Yeah.
We have got to try. Dude, I'm going to leave it to you to try to reach out to him.
I'll try.
See if we can get him on. Like, seriously, let's fly him out. I mean, this could be like a multi-part. I mean, this guy has lived a life.
Yeah.
27 years. I mean, we're talking about the Bering Strait alone. I'm sure he has a million stories going across each country.
I mean, if this is real, then it's his story's only begun. I mean, the
Yeah,
inspiration, the inspiration that he gives other people, that's like, listen, you could actually walk around. He traveled around the world on foot.
On foot.
By foot. Like that's a pretty motivating story.
Yeah.
Man, that is awesome. Yeah, literally a real life Forrest Gump.
Dude, his only advice too is like, what advice do you give? Get off the couch, and his, not, sorry for the Canadian accent, but the
That was the best English accent ever had.
yeah, the English accent, get off your couch, go do something and just start doing it. Like, who cares?
My man.
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
That is badass.
This is so we talked about having guests on at some point. This is one of the things that people with interesting stories, that also are able to talk in front of a camera, because that's also a weird thing for some people. But yeah, I think we need to use this to share interesting stories. You know,
And there's a lot more to it. Carl Bushby. So if you guys want to look into it, because we're trimming 28 years, 27 years, 38,000 miles into a quick little segment here. And there isn't much on him. That's the part where it is like, dude, when you get your own footage out there, your own story out there, we don't really know much about it yet, because he just started his TikTok account recently.
Dang, dude. Yeah, no, I'm looking at that. So Carl Bushby.
That's his name?
Yeah.
Did you pull his picture up?
Yeah,
I was just looking for him, Carl Bushby, because I Googled real Forrest Gump, and it came up with this Sammy L. Davis, which is a Medal of Honor recipient. What was the guy's name again?
Carl Bushby.
Carl
Ka.
Carl Bushby. Look, Bushby. Let's see here. Oh, that's him? He don't look like he's walked that far.
No, and he, the swimming part, he's like, I do not want to swim. I just can't stand swimming. But it sounds like he's got a lot of funding. He's got a lot of, there was a lot of people that helped him out in this. I mean,
well, hopefully we can help him get his story out there.
Let's go, my man.
I can't imagine this is.
Look at that outfit he's got on, too. What is that? It's like some Tron.
All right. Well, I'm sure there's going to be a lot. Once he finishes, that guy's going to be everywhere, I'm sure. Because that's a phenomenal story.
You know what? Maybe we can finish the walk with him like they did in Forrest Gump.
I wouldn't want to take that from him.
Everybody, stop. He's going to say something.
I would do that. I would absolutely do that, but I would want zero coverage of us there. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want him. That's his 27-year life thing, you know? Because I'm sure there's going to be people trying to glom onto that.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Huh. I still love that in Forrest Gump. Everybody's going to say something.
I'm kind of tired.
I think I'm going to go home now.
What do we do now? All right. Into the last bit here, folks. So, now that we're through class periods 5 and 6, 7th period, and I want to do on this section every episode film studies, because I think so we'll alternate from documentaries to movies, and we might put in even like a book or something, or I don't know, some YouTube videos maybe. You sent me a couple that were interesting.
The Sports Gambler,
the Sports Gambler. Yep, I think that's very relevant, obviously. But next week, so this week we did Kidnapped, the Elizabeth Smart story. It's on Netflix. And next week, I want to do the movie Her. So we talked a lot about AI today. But if you've never seen the movie Her, I actually think we might have watched it.
What's it
on
on?
Zedcast. I have no idea.
Oh, okay.
I have no idea. That's the problem. Well,
is it a documentary or just a movie?
Her movie. It's a movie. Came out in, 95% on Rotten Tomatoes. It came out in 2013. But it legitimately predicted a lot of the stuff we are seeing right now in our relationship with AI. That's the thing.
Good, I haven't seen it.
Our personal relationships with AI. And this was in 2013 when we could not even comprehend the idea of a chatbot. And now it's real. I mean, chatbots are real. So we'll watch that for next week. But this week we watched the documentary Kidnapped by Elizabeth Smart. This documentary, I told my wife that she would hate it, not because it's not an incredible story, but I think it would get her, especially like if you're a parent, and even myself, it's scary.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you scared, and it's like, what, I am not doing enough to protect my kids. What happened? It was a very, very big story when it happened. A young girl, I think she was 12. Was she 12?
14.
She was kidnapped from her own home. And that's how the documentary starts. And you can look the story up so you can, find all the details already. It's all public knowledge. She gets kidnapped from her own home, and they don't know what happened. They don't know who took her. They investigate the family. The sister that was in the room with her can't remember exactly. She heard the voice, but can't remember who, she thought it was recognizable. And next thing you know, she's been gone for 6 months. No body, no nothing. And the documentary flashes forward to this young girl who she got kidnapped by this mysterious figure at the point in the documentary. We don't know who it is, but he's wearing this robe, and she's dressing her up like a, to me, it was like a burqa, making her wear a burqa, where you only could see the slits in her eyes, and but it was white, it wasn't black, and it was this religious nut job that thought he was a prophet. And thought that God told him to go kidnap 7 wives, and she was one of the wives that he kidnapped, and he planned on going back to get his sister. And horrific story, and insane experience for this girl. And as I'm watching it, I'm like, I have to make sure that this never happens in my own life. Like this is horrific. This is awful. I would never ever want anyone to experience this. And then eventually, this guy, long story short, she convinces the guy to go back to Salt Lake City, which was phenomenal. The way she told that story, it was like almost like God was talking to her, but like, hey, you need to throw out the idea of going back to Salt Lake City. And she did. And the guy listened to her, and they went back, and like right when they got there off the bus, they pulled them over, and the cops rescued her, But then in my head, I'm like, as I was watching her reconnect with her dad and stuff, I'm like, this is something that she's going to live with forever, Like what a traumatic thing to go through. And the one thing I loved about it, though, was she took this experience, and now she is out in public talking about it. She's a public speaker. I think she's written a book, and
she's got a YouTube channel too.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep.
Really?
Oh yeah. Okay, so you did some more on that. Like you were looking at the YouTube stuff, and I think you said you watched something else on her.
Yeah. So just recently, because the lady, Emmanuel's wife, because he was married and she was part of it. She was released on parole.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Or released on, and anyway, she broke probation violation by going to parks and stuff. But whatever. But yeah, she, on her YouTube channel, she went to and revisited the campsite. I watched the interview, the guy, the cops giving, I don't know why I can't think of his name. The guy that kidnapped her, I keep wanting to say his name is Emmanuel, but that's just the name that he gave himself, the biblical name.
Was it Eric?
His
Anyways,
real name?
it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Okay,
it doesn't matter.
it doesn't matter.
But anyway, that interview was so weird because the whole cop interview, it was like, I don't know, and I've seen this before. There's other documentaries, and this is unfortunate for like the LDS because they get such a bad name for those extreme groups that branch off. And
the fundamentalists.
Yep, the fundamentalists, dude. It just gets really kind of weird. Just gets weird. But the way he was acting, just everything. So, why'd you kidnap her? Well, I didn't. It was God working through me.
Mm-hmm.
Very weird. And then, yeah, dude, just a weird situation.
I think one of the cops in that part, though, said that they thought he was doing that on purpose to try to get an insanity plea.
Brian David Mitchell.
Yes, that's what it was.
Yeah, I did see at the end there. I think, so this is what I thought was awesome about the end, was she didn't let this ruin her life. She has a family now. She's not letting what happened to her dictate her future, and I think that happens often, where people, they ruminate on their traumas, they ruminate on bad things, and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse.
Yeah.
Which is sadly, I think, promoted in our culture now. Like, I use this all the time, and I'm not saying anxiety is not real. Anxiety is very real, but it's almost a license to get out of things now for young kids. And I've seen this in my personal life where family members will say, "Oh, he's got anxiety."
Yeah.
It's like, no, he's about to, do this. He's about to go do something, and it's normal to feel a little nervous. You can't let him sit and make anxiety a part of his identity, or he's not going to do anything in the future,
Yeah.
So, yeah. But that's in a culture where that's normalized to just, let it control you.
I'll tell you,
she did not let it control her, and I love seeing that.
It would be hard though being the husband a little bit, or the boyfriend. I mean, like, imagine the conversations that had to have happened, or I mean, like, even like during intimacy or anything like that, where there might be some scarring or whatever that happened. I mean, how do you navigate that? Do you have to meet with a psychiatrist yourself to navigate that with your own wife, your spouse, or I don't know. It seems like it would be difficult.
It'd be incredibly difficult.
Yeah. I'll tell you, no bullshit. Last night I double checked all my doors.
Really?
Like thinking that, yeah, I double checked all my doors, and I'll tell you another weird thing that I used to do when my kids were small, because I've always thought that I'm like, man, if someone came in and took my kids, I couldn't live with myself. I used to take fishing line, and I would take empty cans, soda cans, and put them in my hallway going into the bedrooms. And so if someone walked by, they would make the
Yeah.
Nice.
you know, yeah.
I mean,
The other thing that
doesn't it? I'm at that point where I don't think that's crazy.
yeah, I just would be damn nervous. But I preach to my kids all the time. I'm like, if something like that happens, because you watched how she was paralyzed by fear.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like, and I talk to my kids about that. I'm like, you could be paralyzed with fear, or you could be so scared that you're gonna die. I'll tell you what, no matter what, you scream in that moment. Even if you think you're gonna die, you scream as loud as you can. You scream for help. Like, even if they're gonna kill you, because that's probably gonna be inevitable, right? Like, anyways, you scream whatever you got to do. Someone's telling you they're gonna kill your mom and dad, or they're gonna do whatever. You scream for help.
You know, it's sad that we have to teach our kids about that stuff,
Oh,
but sadly, we
no.
live in a very, very sick world, and people do very sick things. And you don't want your kids to live in that world, but that's where we live, right?
Yeah.
I'd say, I feel comfortable about where we live in rural Minnesota, but
You never
sadly,
know.
people are crazy, man. They latch on to false idols. They let those things control them, and they do the things they do for, things that maybe we wouldn't understand why. It's
Well,
just
take a step
mental
back.
illness.
Yeah, take a step back. The dad of was it Summer? Or no, Elizabeth Smarts.
Elizabeth.
He goes to the church, finds a worker from the church, from their directory. The guy comes, works on their house for 3 hours, never comes back to get paid, and he's the one. How many months later? 6 months later?
Yeah, 6 or 9 months later.
Yeah, that ends up doing the abduction.
Right. He was trying to be
Like,
good, be a
yeah.
good Christian and help this guy out. Yeah.
They live in this great neighborhood in Utah, Salt Lake. Should be a really good Mormon community, which typically they're, but
Great people. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. It's terrifying,
I mean-
man. That's why I have, and I think as I get older, especially now that I have kids, I feel like I trust fewer and fewer and fewer people.
Yeah.
And I think that's just how it has to be. You just, as a parent, you just gotta, that's what you gotta do.
It's weird too, because, even with all this Epstein stuff and that, you're just like, in my mind, and I really don't feel like talking about this. This is uncomfortable talking about, but it's like, how could people really have any interest, like, being sexualized with a child? Like, that doesn't even register in my brain. It's just like, it's mind blowing.
It's evil. It's straight up evil. I feel like
mind blowing. Like, it just doesn't even make sense to me. Like,
Well, here, part of that, yeah, we don't have to talk too
Right.
much about this, but I feel like, especially these people with power, like at some point, money doesn't do it for them. They have all the money in the world. So they start doing weird stuff. They do the weird stuff. The weird stuff doesn't do it for them anymore either. Then they start doing weirder stuff and weirder stuff. Next thing you know, like they're completely gone,
Well,
doing like evil stuff.
You look at this guy and how he went from, the one captor, Elizabeth, and then went after the cousin. It's just
That's right. Yeah,
wildest thing.
Yeah.
And then, dude, throughout the doco too, that because I watched a different one as well, and I don't know if it showed this because I only got about 3/4 of the way through the Netflix one. How when they went to the party, they got pictures and everything. Like those were real photos. Those weren't AI slop. Like that was real photos that they had of her in the burqa at the party. And the guy was like, stay away from this person. But Helsinki syndrome, Stockholm syndrome.
it is crazy they had photos of that.
I ever tell you that story? Was this on the old podcast? Deve's like, yeah, she totally had that Helsinki syndrome. I'm like, what?
I've never heard that.
What does that mean? Are you talking about Stockholm syndrome? It's like, dude, different countries, bro. Close.
A little bit of light there in the dark topic.
Yeah, no, I think again, for me, the main point was in the face of this horrific thing that happened to her, she didn't let it, didn't let it control her future and what she could have in life. And she has a family. She is an advocate. She's speaking out. And that's what I think is the light part of this story and an important story because bad things happen to everyone. Literally in all of our lives, bad things have happened and will happen, and we can sit and dwell on it or move on.
What's interesting about this too is that Susanna Guthrie situation that's going on. That news anchor, Good Morning Show or Good Morning America, whatever.
Yeah, it's a big story right now.
Yeah. The mom got kidnapped.
Yeah.
She's right now. Is she alive right now? I just heard someone that had their own little conspiracy saying that the husband of the news anchor, what's her name? I don't know her name. The husband, he scrubs the internet for people, for famous people, like bad information that's on them. That's like his job. That's his business. And the conspiracy is that they kidnapped this mom to use it as leverage to scrub his knowledge of all of the Epstein stuff because he had Epstein information.
That's the conspiracy?
Yeah, and that the Clintons got the mom.
Oh.
This is a conspiracy. This is a conspiracy. That's
This is not what you believe.
No, not what I believe.
I'm just saying.
No. I just saw this conspiracy
I'm
right
backing
now.
you up right
going
now.
on.
I want you to say that so people are not like, dude, Daniel's crazy.
No, I'm not saying that.
So
No, I'm
continue.
not saying
Okay,
that.
so they think the Clintons had a hand in kidnapping her to scrub information on Epstein.
To use that as leverage against him so that he scrubs the information from the Epstein, whatever files or whatever the hell is out there. I don't know what's out there. Listen, I don't believe like hardly anything, like other than God.
I believe in God, yeah.
Yes. But
dude, the internet's a wild place, man. That I have not heard. I've seen some stuff on the Guthrie thing, but that's nuts. You know what? But it doesn't surprise me. People take anything and everything, and they use their confirmation bias to make it align with what whatever side they're on, whatever conspiracy they have. At someone out there has connected the Guthrie story to confirming that the Earth is flat. That has happened somewhere. I guarantee it. But that's the internet, dude. It's wild.
You know what's the worst though is I live with a conspiracy theorist, and I can't tell. Like every time she comes to me, she's like, "Hey, look at this." I'm like, "Whatever, it's not true. Get out of here."
You don't even look at it.
Yeah, and then guess what happens? It ends up being true. She's like, "I told you. I've been saying this for years."
It's about a 50% hit rate.
I'm like,
a 50%. Dude, she doesn't even bring stuff to me anymore.
She doesn't?
She didn't know because I'm like, Like, you know what? It might be. There might be some truth in it.
Yeah.
I just don't have time. I don't have brain bandwidth for this anymore.
That's
I
how
don't
I feel.
have I don't have time for it anymore. You know what? I just don't. So, but all right, guys, we got to wrap it up here. Once again, for next week's 7th period film studies, we're going to watch Her. Highly recommend. Check it out. We will do a review of that next week. So, and also, if you have not watched Kidnapped, the Elizabeth Smart story, check that out as well. Do you guys have any parting words for the fine folks? Episode number 1 of the new podcast.
Episode 1, yeah. So it was a little bit choppy, I think, today. Like I would like to just kind of like do a debrief here. It was a little bit choppy. I think that like for me, like I actually when I did my piece, I lost my notes. Like I actually shut it down and I was sitting here and I couldn't find them. I was like,
I did that on purpose, dude.
Keep
you on your toes.
I'm like,
Keep you on your toes.
I was like, oh shoot,
dude. You know why? Because they don't want us to be talking about the Epstein stuff.
No kidding, right? And I'm like, I look over. I was like, what did I just do with them? But yeah, I think that I think there could have been. I think this is good. This is good. If there's anything that you guys that are watching right now that would like to see differently or would like to see more of, or engagement. I think engagement's fun with people.
Yeah, and I would like to make that a segment in the future. Like, so comments, like questions and comments, I would love to screenshot, a couple per episode,
right?
Like the beginning, and we can talk about them. So yeah, engagement is awesome.
Engagement. And I mean, if you want to get, I have an actual YouTube email that you can email me directly if you want to like just drop something and I'll read them. Dan@thatdanshow.com. So you can email that. And I'll read all those comments, or you can just drop them right on the YouTube channel. On the comments too. But if it's going to get really long-winded, you can email me. But I'm pretty open to that stuff.
Dave, any parting words?
Yeah, enjoy the weekend. By the time you hear this, Bitcoin might be 80, but no,
1 million.
It could.
Don't leave your comments about gold and silver and Bitcoin. Leave those comments out. I don't want to hear about it. All right.
That's it. Enjoy the weekend. Enjoy till the next episode. Watch the vids.
Yeah, folks, thank you all for watching. Thanks for being here at the new show, especially if you are still listening, because we are over 2 hours. I would expect the shows to be about this long. Once again, we will be clipping the longer show into clips, into topics, and we'll post those videos on the same channel here as well. And if you are looking for the podcast streams, Spotify, Apple, iHeart. That will be up hopefully now, but if they're not up now, they will be up within the week. Some of them take a little bit longer to confirm, so it's kind of a weird process, but that is coming. So once again, thank you guys. That is it for today's show. I am Tyler Zed, and this is Zeducation University.